And in the on-deck circle, Robert Buck D. Gibson. This is Two Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
You're up. Welcome to Tuesday. Boise here. I am on remote today. Michael, if you're with me, I got a weird echo in my headset. I would assume it's your monitor speaker back in the room. I will be out of the office all week long. Van, you are back at the office. How
sure
are you,
am.
dog?
Good, man. I didn't have a COVID scare over the weekend like someone else I know. So there's that at least.
Oh, good. Anything else new? Anything else weird in your world?
No, man, it was an absolutely beautiful 2 days in Albuquerque. Got out a little bit, did some yard work, got my fingers dirty. It felt good.
Well, super good.
How you be? How was the flight?
I am good. So I spent the weekend in St. Louis, Missouri, enjoying the Royal Rumble, which was very good. 45,000 people, and what I thought was a relatively safe COVID environment, Van. I know that was kind of on the minds and thoughts of myself, at least when I went. And, you know, we were kind of down there on the floor. We were pretty close to all the action, and everyone did a real good job. So I was real happy about that. So we enjoyed that, me and my lady. So that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of good. And then after enjoying that, made our way back yesterday, and that's why we missed the show. You and Robert, though, got to break the news that Tom Brady retired, but then his dad said he didn't retire, and then he had to retire again today, so we'll be able to touch base on some of that sports world. Obviously, the Super Bowl teams are set, and we're very excited about that. And then on top of everything that is everything, you and Robert talked about us attending the Super Bowl next week and how we're very excited to do that. So we got a lot on our plate, a lot going on in the world of sports. I am here today and tomorrow, but I am digital, Van. I am remote. I am from the home studio because during my travels, I got the, hey, you may have been in contact with someone with COVID-19, and I had to take a PCR test, and I'm currently awaiting results. I feel great. I have zero concern. You know, I wore my mask the entirety of the time, but that is what it is, and I'm going to follow the rules because the rules are set in place. So broadcasting from home, expect to be cleared by Thursday.
To be cleared.
And then after that, yeah, I'm in the good. I should be 100%. So I mean, physically I'm 100%, but like available to the masses, I'm 100%.
Yeah, I mean, you look great. You sound
Thank
great. I mean, I could see you because we're also streaming on Facebook Live right now. If you'd like to
Yes.
join us, go to Facebook and Two Men On or at Talk ABQ, and you could join us and see Fred's beautiful COVID-free face and my beautiful COVID-free mullet.
Also, if you are a fan of the social media live stream, you can see my at-home studio, which is really just the annex to my kitchen.
Sure.
So it's like whatever. I don't know what's this little space. I guess where my dining table is.
The dining room, right?
I don't have a dining room, so I have that. So you can kind of get a little look into the life of a ultra regional celebrity. What? What is that? What does that even mean?
You just glossed over the fact that we're going to mention Tom Brady's retirement. We're doing 3 hours on Tom Brady. We're not talking about anything else. 505-246-0610. If you would like for us to stop talking about Tom Brady for 5 minutes, you better call in and give us a subject.
You got to take it.
Because it's all Brady all day, baby.
It's not your boys. The thing that's the thing, Van, is, and let's identify the voices. I am Fred Slow. You are Van Nunley.
Hey.
The producer back at the John Lopez studio is Mike Vitale. Michael, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing good. Everything's sounding great. So thank you for working out all that tech stuff on your end.
We also have Phil the Thrill, the trainee.
Yeah, which I'm very excited about. I have not met Phil. My first interaction with Phil was last week calling into the show. I said, "Hey, I'm ready to go on, big dog." And he said, "Who is this?"
Who? I'm sorry, what?
Said,
Who
what?
are you?
What? Hello?
I've never seen you before. It's only
my
Van
name's
and
on the
Robert. Who's
Yeah, my
Fred?
name's on the marquee here. What do you mean?
And so everybody wonders what happened to me if I'm sick or I'm somewhere else or I'm not here anymore.
Vital, you've never been sick once in your life. What are you talking about?
And I imagine
they make you leave.
I'm never sick. That's the thing.
I've been sick one time. I had COVID-19 some many years ago, and that was not for me. I did not enjoy it. I'm
I'd
not
rather
interested
not.
in going back. And then the thing after that is I've done so very good at avoiding it up until this weekend when I got one of those, hey, you may have been near someone deals, and I don't play games with it, and you and I and Robert, and we have some help from the station coming. We're going to go out to the Super Bowl next week, and we're going to enjoy kind of all the aspects and everything that's involved with that. And I wasn't going to chance it. I'm not going to go around you boys. I'm not going to see either of you until I test super negative multiple times in a row, because just not worth it. Just not worth the risk.
Yeah, I'm shutting it down for the rest of the week too. Make sure I don't contract it and screw up our big plans. But yeah, I'm sorry you had the run in. And from what I understand, a baby tried to give it to you. Not even like a full grown adult. Like you got a baby tried to give you the Corvids.
Allegedly is what I'm going to end up saying.
Sure, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
So
allegedly, Tom Brady retired too. I still don't believe him, even though he came out and said it himself.
So let's unpack that a little bit, because obviously we're going to talk about Tom Brady right now and then for the rest of the day. And then if you call the program, I want you to talk about Tom Brady, 505-246-0610. Reach out to the program. Let us know what you know about Tom Brady. And there's really only two, in my opinion, opinions on Tom Brady. It's guys that recognize him as Tom Brady and then guys that pretend he's not. And that's basically it. There's not a middle ground on Tom Brady-ism.
Yeah, I think the only comparison is to the greats of other sports now.
Oh, okay. Give
yeah,
me an example.
there's no Tom Brady is the GOAT of football. He's established himself 100% as the GOAT of football.
Right.
Now the question is, where does he rank in the pantheon of Michael Jordan, of Wayne Gretzky, of Babe Ruth, like people in other sports lore who are considered to be the greatest of all time?
So
where does Tom Brady rank against those?
And the question is Tom Brady greater than Ric Flair? And the answer is we can't say. Like, mortal men can't weigh opinion on the greatness that is Tom Brady and Ric Flair.
But well, I know Ric Flair's answer.
Woo!
Yeah, that's
like,
of course Ric Flair thinks Ric Flair is the greatest.
16-time world champion Ric Flair, are you talking about?
Ask Deion Sanders who Deion Sanders thinks is the greatest, and Deion Sanders will tell you Deion Sanders is the greatest.
So you're about to end up with a bunch of those little fun ones today, right? Because I saw was it a tweet? I saw a tweet from Jalen Ramsey today that was like, hey, sucks that Tom Brady's retiring or whatever, long lineage, but I'm the last guy who picked him off.
Sweet.
And I'm like, yes.
Nice.
Yes. How many and there's that's an incredible honor. And it's like, how many, as we start diving into it, because we can't do it today. Today's not the day for it. But as we go through, it's like, who's the last guy that sacked Tom Brady? Who's the last guy that Tom Brady didn't think in his going away letter? Like, all these little things that are things need the attention that they deserve. And this Jalen Ramsey one is one. And who caught the last touchdown pass from Tom Brady? The value of that ball goes through the roof compared to what it was, over the weekend when Adam Schefter, who apparently is the best reporter in the history of all sports, and even Tom Brady's dad said he was lying, was not lying at all. Adam Schefter gets the story and he puts it out there. And he was like, what's the matter if I'm friends with Tom Brady anymore? He don't play in the league.
Well, I'll drop my theory first.
Yeah.
Somebody overheard him talking to Giselle, because Tom Brady said he's going to play until he sucked. And I don't know if you know this, but Tom Brady's
final season ever.
Tom Brady's 44-year-old ass led the league in touchdowns and passing yards at 44. He said he was going to play till he sucked. He obviously does not suck. He had 3, 4, 5 good years left in him. And I'm bummed that we didn't see how far this guy could take it, really push himself of longevity and see how long this guy can play. But my theory is somebody overheard him appeasing Giselle, yeah, sweetie, I think I might retire. I got a lot to think about. And somebody in the next room or somebody at the next table is like, oh my God, Tom Brady's retiring. Let's leak this. And he had no intention on retiring whatsoever, but he had to tell Giselle that, obviously, because Giselle is Giselle. Somebody found it. Somebody ran with it. And now Giselle's like, hey, look, even they know you're retiring. You're going to retire, right, babe? And he finally went, yeah, I better hang him up, babe.
So I don't think you're thinking about it enough as the corporate entity that Tom Brady is, though. Because I think Tom Brady and Giselle, because Tom Brady puts out this 9-page long, Instagram, like farewell deal or whatever. And I think this is pretty common for guys that move on from a career or a significant relationship or a life event or whatever. But I promise you, Tom Brady and Giselle have the same guys who write that stuff up. Like Tom Brady is not like sitting there doing that by himself on his iPad. He's got a group of people, and Tom Brady's like, hey, I want to make sure I mention A, B, C, D through G.
Naturally.
And then they're like, cool, here's how we're incorporating it in. And by the way, these are the same guys they have on contract for Giselle. Because like they don't go through a company. And if they do, it's a company they own because they launder their own money, and you kind of know how that world works.
Naturally.
Yeah. But no, Giselle is a wife. Giselle is a business partner. Like this is Jay-Z and Beyonce. Like this is not just love. And I would even be surprised if it's primarily love. Like this is a relationship of not just convenience, but of like prosperity. Like they're both better.
I hope Giselle isn't listening right now because her feelings would be wildly hurt. I don't think you understand how insensitive what you just said was. Of course he loves Giselle.
Of course he does.
They
love each other.
You think Tom Brady and Giselle sit around the dining room table with their notebooks open, taking notes on each other's business ventures? No, they each have a guy for that. They're just the name of it. They're just the face of it.
No, they share that though. I do believe that. I do believe that they every day wake up and they're like, hey, how is
any new good NFTs, babe?
That you think I'm joking? They have a crypto company.
Yeah,
like
they have an NFT company. Yes.
Yeah, that's the whole deal. Like, yeah, I very much believe a part of their day, and I'm going to tell you the first part of their day, because the nanny is waking the kids up because someone else is handling. Well, what's his trainer's name that he's in love with?
Alex Guerrero, is that correct?
Guerrero, yeah. So like those guys are handling all that stuff. Someone's cooking breakfast. The whole thing's that they sit down first thing and they say, "Hey, business partner, whoever it is, there's somebody over it. There's this guy, the marionette guy, over both of them." And they're like, "Yeah, cool. Let's both make $1 million today." And they just literally do it on a whim. Like they don't care. This Instagram post is part of it. Because whatever Instagram post to follow this, I promise you will be some sort of sponsored content. It'll be, hey, Tom Brady announces the renewal of his SiriusXM radio show for the 2022-23 season, even though he's not playing. That's what it'll be.
Sponsored by Amazon Web Services.
Dead ass serious. Because they're not, they're people. They're not people. They're a business.
Tom Brady is a walking brand.
Oh, he's the best one too.
He's as close to Jordan as you get. So like he's not going to like go into coaching. He's not going to go into like calling games. He's not going to go the Tony Romo route. He's not going to be a general manager. He's going to be a walking brand.
Yeah.
Just cashing checks all day, every day.
The Brady brand will be it'll escalate as like his age and his fans escalate. Like he'll be the guy who's like, he's not just repping AARP. He started a new version of like Braid ARP.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
yeah. Like he has that team behind him. And the team is like, hey, we think we can make a couple mil here if we put your name on it. And he's like, oh, yeah, 100% in. You're talking about generational wealth, not just for me, but for literally everyone that's ever going to be associated with me with this last name. 100% in. Do not care. I am the guy for you.
Tom Brady is 4 years and some change older than me. Every product, every product that he comes out with from now on is going to be geared exactly towards me. Like sports NFTs and self-help books and diets. Are you 40? Are you constantly depressed? Do you wish you were Tom Brady? Boy, do I have the program for you.
Subscribe to the Brady brand now. And Van's like, here's my credit card number. I'm 100% in.
The Brady brand.
When we
the
get
Brady
back,
brand.
Let's break down. Oh, gosh. If Phil, the new producer, is on his Q's and T's and I's and P's, he's going to have the Brady Bunch rejoin where we get back from this one. Special thank you to Dave and Buster's, who allows us to be here every day. Special thank you to John Lopez, who sponsors the studio. John Lopez, Coldwell Banker, real estate. Excuse me, I take 2 days off, man. I forget all the joints.
Well, don't forget the weekend and the Royal Rumble, which we should talk about.
which we will throughout the course of the program, but I'd hate for anyone to miss out as they're joining the program throughout. And then obviously I9 Sports for being a partner of us since the very beginning. Whenever we get back, more Tom Brady talk. 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
This report is brought to you by Ski Santa Fe. Treat your Valentine to a tram ride up the Sandia Mountains and enjoy an elevated dining experience at 10-3, where you'll see nature's beauty while enjoying dishes full of flavor. Visit sandiapeak.com or 103tram.com for reservations and our specialty menu.
Well, traffic this afternoon, we got slowdowns northbound on I-25 Gibson to Lake Cole, so do be aware of that. Also, Wantabo and Central, that intersection, lights are out there. And we're seeing quite a bit of backups there. You got to treat that as a four-way stop. If you can, your best bet's going to be to avoid that area altogether.
The Albuquerque Journal and Venue Plus for local insight and answers about pets or puzzles, sports or shopping, comics or movies, events, dining, music, television, and more. Get all your entertainment and recreational questions answered. Subscribe at abqjournal.com.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Visit any of their stores today or shop online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
32 teams started the NFL season, and now there are 2 teams left. The Cincinnati Bengals. There he is to the end zone. He comes down with it. The Los Angeles Rams. He's wrapped up. He flips it forward. It's intercepted. It's intercepted. It's intercepted. This is New Mexico's home for Super Bowl 56. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The sports animal.
If your family depends on your income and something happened to you, what would happen to them? You need life insurance, and SelectQuote can help you get it at a price you can afford.
SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, who's in excellent health, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $19 a month.
Not in perfect health? Don't worry.
SelectQuote found Tanya, 40, who has type 2 diabetes, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $32 a month.
We shop companies like Protective, Prudential, American General, and others to find you the company with the best rates. Give your family the security they need at a price you can afford.
For your free quote, call 1-800-885-5959. That's 1-800-885-5959. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-885-5959.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policies at selectquote.com/commercials. Your premium could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
The University of New Mexico is committed to ensuring that residents of our state entering college for the first time can afford to pursue a bachelor's degree with the Lobo First Year Promise. Qualified first-time freshmen who have graduated from a New Mexico high school and have an annual family income of $50,000 or less will have base tuition and fees for full-time enrollment covered for the 22 to 23 academic year. Application deadline is March 1st. The Lobo First Year Promise at the University of New Mexico. Find out more at promise.unm.edu.
It's football season again, which means it's football season again. And here at Frank's Red Hot, we've put together a completely exhaustive list of essentials that will bring everyone together on game day. Essential number 1, Frank's Red Hot. I mean, come on, people, that was a given. Number 2, wings. Like, just so many wings. Okay, it looks like that's it. There's not even a third thing on the page. Do I just say the first 2 essentials again, or is that weird? Nope, just Frank's and wings? Okay, that's okay. Yeah. Frank's Red Hot. I put that on everything.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter.
Stand by 30.
Technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The Jim Rome Show, weekdays at 10.
Smooth as ever. Smooth as ever.
On 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Okay, Van. Okay, Vital. Make sure the phone lines are open. 505-246-0610. We're talking Tom Brady. And I've decided to sprinkle in a little Fredism, okay?
Hit me.
Here's how we're gonna make this segment our own and wait for someone to steal it on the national level. The year that Tom Brady debuted, okay, Van?
Okay.
The PlayStation 2 console came out.
Ooh, I used to get down on Tekken 3 on PS2. Watch your back.
All right. First of all, I would definitely beat you at Tekken in a bar setting. And
Get
I don't
out.
know why. Get out. You get in the game, son. Like I'm no joke at Tekken. Tekken to me is JV Street Fighter. Tekken to me is the third because Mortal Kombat is even above Tekken. If you claim to be good at Tekken, you're good at the thing that no one is trying to be good at.
Okay, well, there's world championships of Tekken, so how dare me?
There's a world championship of Quidditch. No one's playing that either.
Well, I thought we were going to host a Quidditch fundraiser this summer, so don't talk too much smack about it.
I mean,
you forgot. Was that in our calendar?
I did. We actually did have a conversation about that. The first International Space Station crew went up on the International Space Station in 2000.
Ah.
I mean, that's. Do you remember Bush versus Gore? This is how long ago Tom Brady started playing football.
Bush the beer or Bush the president?
Probably both.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't say I know one without knowing the other. The 2000. Do you remember 2000? Do you remember Ian Thorpe? Because that was the Australia Summer Olympics van. I want to put in perspective how long ago Tom Brady started playing football.
Well, let me tell you how long ago 2000 was. Co-host of Two Men On, Van Nunley, graduated from high school in the year 2000. Yeah.
Microsoft CEO Bill Gates left the company in 2000. That's how long ago 2000 is. Peanuts ran its final comic strip in 2000. Tom Brady has been along since Peanuts died. 2000. Just nuts to me, dude.
I didn't even know Peanuts wasn't being run anymore. I had that one slipped under my radar.
You know about Charles Schultz. You ever been to the museum?
The Schultz Museum?
Yeah, it's what's up. It's in San Francisco. It's the coolest thing ever.
All right, putting it on my list.
All right, definitely put it on your list. Anyway, it's just a lot of them. That's all. That's all I'm saying. There's a lot of very things. That's when Time Warner was bought out by AOL. That's how long ago when Tom Brady started playing football.
That is bonkers.
Hillary Clinton became a senator the year that Tom Brady started playing football. The youngest player to win a Grand Slam was Tiger Woods in golf the year that Tom Brady started playing professional football.
My God.
Just blows my mind, dog. Just blows my mind. Also, fun fact, my birthday was on a Wednesday. Don't know if that matters to the listener at home.
Could you remember it? Could you remember it offhand, or did you have to look it up?
Obviously, I had to look it up.
It was like year 2000. That was the best Wednesday ever. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I can't believe my birthday snuck into the second week there. That was just crazy, guy.
If you missed it throughout the season this year when Tom Brady went up against the Jets, he went up against Zach Wilson.
I'm familiar with him.
Who has the same birthday as him, 22 years apart.
Are you messing with me?
Tom Brady was a senior in college when rookie quarterback Zach Wilson was born.
That's part of the Tom Brady thing in college too, which I don't even know if we're going to get into, but we can right now. When Tom Brady was at Michigan, like everyone was Drew Henson. Everyone was Team Henson when Tom Brady was at Michigan. It's like, how can so many of people been so surprised by this, like literal, like David versus the Goliath that is everyone that's ever seen him?
Yeah, there's only two people in the history of his life that have been able to stop him. Quarterbacks from the NFC East and Michigan coach Lloyd Carr.
Yeah, Lloyd Carr was not about it.
Lloyd Carr almost screwed Tom Brady over so bad there wouldn't have been a Tom Brady. Lloyd Carr is the reason that Tom Brady was drafted 199th.
So, well, do you think that scouts like called Lloyd Carr and were like, "Hey, tell us about this Thomas Brady. Is he pretty good?" And Lloyd Carr was like, "Listen, you got to take Drew Henson. Like, he just like, trust me, I'll look way better." Like, because that could be that would have been a conversation.
He's like, Tom Brady. You don't want no Tom Brady. Listen, next draft, I got this Drew Henson kid. You're going to love him. Used to play for the Yankees. Everybody loves him. You will too. I don't know if
Michigan,
I don't think that's how Lloyd Carr talks, but I just did it for a second.
They would spell. Do you remember that? So it was Tom Brady and Drew Henson would spell.
Right.
And then Michigan fan would be, anytime Tom Brady was on the field, boo. Even though, like, wins over Penn State and, like, Ohio State and, like, Alabama.
Alabama. Yeah, I remember
yeah.
the Alabama game. That was an amazing game.
And Michigan's fans like, no. But Tom Brady the whole time is like, listen, Lloyd. Listen, Michigan fans. That's a baseball player. I am a quarterback.
Sure.
Like, what are you doing? Pick me. I am the one.
You don't think I'm an elite level athlete? You don't think I'm going to be the greatest of all time? Look at these pictures of me at the combine. Wait, don't do that. Don't judge me by any of my statistical metrics. Don't judge me by my bench press. Don't judge me by my high jump, and definitely don't judge me what I look like without my shirt on.
Was there a fabric that existed before 2000? Because I feel like everything is cloth. Like, there's not, like, anyone who worked out ever before 2000. Because all those combines are like, Tom Brady, oh, okay, we'll get you some cloth jogger shorts and what do you like, a 2X, 3X shirt? It's like, what are you doing?
What?
Like, no one wants to swim while competing at the combine. Like, you give them form-fitting clothes. Let them look the part. These are gladiators.
To be fair,
the
90s had just ended, and ridiculously large baggy clothes were still in. So
you're making a good point. Yeah, because
that's not on him. You could blame NFL for a lot of stuff, just not that.
I've seen photos of you in high school, and I know exactly what you're talking about. Like, it is a terrible look.
Yes, it was.
No
bad.
one should ever try to recreate it.
It wasn't that bad. It's not like I had a mullet.
You currently have a mullet.
Yeah.
Also, I tried to go as 90s Fred for Halloween one year, and I couldn't find a puka shell necklace on Amazon. So I Googled Van Nunley necklace, and one came right up.
Okay, well, first off, I never wore a puka shell necklace.
We'll just say
but I did have a silver rope, and I did have a herringbone. So there's that. It was the 90s, bro. What can I say?
And I'm acting like I'm so much younger than you. I graduated in 2003. And if you remember, the NBA class of 2003 is the worst dress class in the history of any draft thing ever.
So bad.
It's the worst.
Bad.
You think, like, where are the people that are supposed to be supporting the people? Because these people need that help. You want to start with the Instagram post? Let's start with the Instagram post.
Okay, hit me with it.
All right, first of all, I am a big fan of white text on black background. Thank you. I want to be very transparent with my energy on that.
Okay.
And we'll dive into that more because I didn't realize we were so close to the break. Because, like, once I start talking fashion, it gets away from your boy.
Says the guy in the athletic zippered 3/4 sweater.
I mean, this is branded content. This is a ProView pullover, ProView Networks, which I'm very proud to work for regularly. Allow me to bring athletics from across the state to many, many viewers.
Sure. I mean, I have on branded content as well right now too. I'm obviously, if you can't see me right now, I'm obviously being sponsored by 70s porn directors. So, I mean, there's that. So I'm representing the porn directors union. So
the opposite of very healthy. That's not good at all. Thank you, New Mexico Opinion Coffee, for being a part of the program and allowing us to bring you the program. Thank you to O'Neill's, which we're live from this Thursday night, the one in Nob Hill. I know we got a fun list of guests coming through there. And thank you to the Electric Playhouse, who we are starting our wiffle ball and dodgeball leagues come this March. We're 2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Well, traffic moving slow this afternoon northbound on I-25 from Gibson to Lead Coal, so do be aware of that. Also, traffic lights out this afternoon, Montebo and Central, and that is causing quite a bit of backups. You got to treat that as a four-way stop. Your best bet's going to be just to avoid that area altogether if you can. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Visit any of their stores today or shop online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
It's game time, baby. The matchup is set. Bengals.
Out of the gun, Mahomes, a deep drop. Has time. Looks for the home run ball downfield. Bust away and intercepted. Off the deflection. Vaughn Bell's got it.
Rams.
The Rams have intercepted Garoppolo as it was spinning like a top and wildly threw the ball.
Bengals, Rams. Right here. This is New Mexico's home for Super Bowl 56. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Mow, dig, haul, lift. The versatile Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor does it all. Switching attachments is simple, and a smooth hydrostatic transmission makes for easy operation. The Kubota BX Series, the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. for over 10 years. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Visit Mesa Tractor on 4th Street, just north of Candelaria, or at mesatractor.com. Family owned and operated for nearly 60 years.
You'll never forget your first car. And you certainly will never forget your first car wreck. When this happens to you, you need an attorney who can help you get your car fixed, help you get all the medical attention you need, and help you get all the money you deserve. Don't deal with the insurance companies without an attorney. They have teams of lawyers and adjusters whose sole job is to pay you as little as possible for your injuries. When you're in a wreck and you need a check, call Lerner & Rowe Injury Attorneys today. We'll work hard to get you all the money you deserve and to keep you out of the courtroom.
Lerner & Rowe can get you more. Call 544-4444.
Insurance Research Council, July 2014.
Rising inflation likely means interest rates are going up. I'm Scott Stigler for Indigo Mortgage. You may hear news about the Federal Reserve trying to slow down inflation. For home loans, what they usually do is called quantitative easing. I know, stay with me. That's a fancy term for the government buying mortgage-backed securities from Wall Street. Word is the government will stop buying them by March. If that happens, you can count on mortgage interest rates going up in 2022. There's a chance they change their minds, so keep an eye on any news about the Federal Reserve and quantitative easing. Here's the bottom line for you. If you're considering looking for a home loan, now is the time to call Ben Lucero and his team at Indigo Mortgage. Even small shifts in interest rates can cost you hundreds of dollars each month. Call Indigo Mortgage at 836-5700 or go to indigomortgage.net. Nobody cares more about your mortgage loan than Indigo Mortgage. 836-5700 NMLS 188348.
New year, new you. How about new year?
A 1 minute van.
Wouldn't that be great? Well, it can be. Hey, it's Jeff Symbieta. And guys, if you're dealing with some very natural things like being tired way too often, maybe you put on a few too many pounds or even erectile dysfunction, then yes, it would be really cool to reclaim the old you, wouldn't it? You can. Call NewMail at 505-652-1688 or visit newmail.com. That's NUMALE.com and feel better. That's what NewMail does. They take care of these things for guys all over the country with industry-leading, cutting-edge testosterone replacement. Look, as you age, there's a very real chance you're going to be affected by these things. There's nothing to be ashamed of, and feeling like you again could be as close as a phone call and an appointment. Call NewMail at 505-652-1688. They're right here in Albuquerque. The process is comfortable and easy. And guys, what's really important, it works. The results are real, and men everywhere are benefiting. Take care of you. Call NewMail at 652-1688 or visit newmail.com and feel better.
Wednesday on the opening drive, a game-changing hire for the Minnesota Vikings? Question mark. What's the next big move at the quarterback position in the NFL? The opening drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck starts at 7 a.m.
And you're up.
Wait, is it just the soundtrack to Austin Powers? Is that what this is? Doing like an Austin Powers feel? Austin Powers, the best example of pop culture inflation in the history of all films.
Fat Boy Slim, that's who it is.
I knew it was Fat Boy Slim. I was going to let Fred finish because I thought he was going to go on this amazing Austin Powers rant, but he just stopped.
Well, I can go on a rant right now. It's just a prime example of how the dollar is increased in such a way that when you come out of hibernation after 35 years or whatever it is, that $1 million is no longer worth $1 million. And to even ask for $1 million as a ransom is a laughable idea because you have to at least ask for $1 billion. And for real, $1 billion ain't really nothing. And the most famous thief in the history of all thieves of all time, D.B. Cooper, who jumped out of an airplane over a forest in the middle of Washington, he only stole like $250,000. And if you steal $250,000, that's like what? Stealing the down payment on a house? That's like nothing. So I'm just saying that like inflation is wildly out of control, and that Austin Powers is a prime example of it if you wanted a pop culture reference.
Thank you for that, Fred.
I got you.
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, cut that one off, Vital. We need a new teaser.
We need to send that one over to KKOB.
All right.
Yeah.
Keep ranting.
Okay. So
I'm saying DB Cooper is a cool story.
That's a great story. Never been caught.
Yeah, it's only $250,000 though. That's like literally nothing.
It was a lot in the 60s.
Yeah, you still $250,000 now. You know what you're doing? Going to work tomorrow.
Yeah, you still got to show up to Allsup's.
It doesn't even matter. $250,000. Oh, you mean back to even? Oh, cool. Can't wait to slide back down. That's what $250,000 is to your boy.
I know what $250,000 will buy you. A new groundhog. Did you see the news, buddy?
I literally have no idea what you're talking about.
Milltown Mel.
Who?
The groundhog in Puxatawny, who predicts the weather, passed away today.
What's his name? Give me his name one more time.
Milltown Mel.
Milton. Why are you just saying Milltown?
No, it's
You
called
mean Milton?
Milltown. I can read.
Hold up. Is that where he's from or is that his name?
I don't know. I think it's the gang of the barbershop quartet he used to roll with, the Milltown Boys, and they used to call him Milltown Mel. He was the snapper.
And he would go, and I'm a beaver. Wait, groundhog. That was not even close.
Large rodents.
I don't know enough about Puxatawny except for that movie that doesn't really spotlight inflation called Groundhog's Day.
Well, you can't have inflation because it's the same day over and over again.
It's kind of an interesting premise for a film.
It's a great premise.
In theory, that groundhog never could have died in that. And I'm about that because he did die.
In real life.
Also, him dying, is that really a thing? Or does he die all the time and you're only just now finding out? Like Air Bud has died multiple times, but no one really knows because they just keep getting new Air Buds.
Go in your ear.
Speaking of
The
good
Wishbone
movies,
Dog?
Air Bud, come on, give me all that you got.
I don't know how many there are now. Hey, who would have predicted the Air Bud franchise would last longer than Tom Brady? Not me. I wouldn't have done that. I don't know if there's a new one.
I know who couldn't have predicted that. The first Air Bud, because he's very dead. He's very dead.
They're all dead. Like I know Beethoven's. They all just die, and then they just get one that looks exactly like I was saying. Wishbone on that PBS show.
Yeah, Santa's
They're
little
like 10
helper on The
Wishbones.
Simpsons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every single Clydesdale for Bud Light.
Oh, I got an old dog. I just got so sad.
Oh gosh, your dog is super. Your
He's
dog
so
is
old.
almost as old as Tom Brady's career.
He's super close.
There's more. Jackass the movie has been around longer. The franchise has been around longer than Tom Brady.
Well, Johnny Knoxville and Tom Brady are both retiring at the same time. Johnny Knoxville. Yeah, he's not doing any more Jackass.
He did the Royal Rumble this past weekend as he appeared to compete against 30 other men and a chance to win an over-the-top opportunity to headline WrestleMania.
Wait, Johnny Knoxville was one of the 30?
Yeah, he was one of the 30. And
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, he came out in a tribute to Andy Kaufman.
Oh,
he had
very nice.
Yeah, the all white and the shorts. And when the Jackass movie audio hit, can I keep saying Jackass, Vital? I don't know the rules on that.
I think that's fine. It's a proper noun.
So whenever that hit, then that was the loudest pop of the night for everyone. That was like we're doing this thing. This is Royal Rumble now. So.
I wasn't going to read too much into it because I have the expert sitting right across from me.
Yeah.
But I didn't see anything about Johnny Knoxville, so I don't know how big of a pop it had.
Audibly, it was the best one. But a lot of people tell you out of the 30 Royal Rumbles there are now, however many there have been, 88, I think was the first one. So whatever that is, that this was arguably the worst one. That's what.
Well, I wasn't going to bring it up, but I did see a lot of that on the interwebs.
It was. So fortunately, it was better for me because I was there, but it was the worst one. It wasn't even close.
For you as a wrestling fan and historian, you unequivocally believe this is the worst one?
Yeah. Maybe like 2015, maybe a little worse. That was the Dave Batista year, but this like Brock Lesnar entering at the very end and coming back to win it, which is great. But like Brock Lesnar has such like a influence in the business, he doesn't need to win Royal Rumble. You needed to give it to like that stoner Matt Riddle so that I can cheer for him all the way up to WrestleMania, or for a third time, give it to St. Louis native Kyle Randy Orton and have Randy Orton standing on the turnbuckle at the very end and just like the city just, raining down "Let's Go Blues" or whatever. Like that would have been the move, but good on the Royal Rumble. They did fine.
Well, thank goodness I'm not a degenerate gambler. I'm kind of a diet degenerate gambler. Can only gamble within my means. I would have bet on Bad Bunny. I thought they were going to try to put Bad Bunny over at this Royal Rumble and let him win it to catapult him up the ranks.
So he's going to fit, his storyline will be against Sheamus. So he'll end up battling Sheamus up until WrestleMania, and then he'll whoop him at WrestleMania because Bad Bunny's undefeated at WrestleManias, and he can really wrestle. He's like insanely good, which is like a weird concept because he's like the biggest rapper in the world. Like, what are you doing? This is like if Nelly wanted to wrestle. Why didn't Nelly come out in St. Louis?
It was St. Louis
At the WrestleMania at the Royal Rumble. That would have made the most sense, but it just didn't happen.
Yeah, Nelly versus Joe Buck. Who are you going to choose in that one, Fred?
I don't choose to live anymore. Like it's over for me. The Instagram post from Tom Brady. So Tom Brady puts out his Instagram post, and it's this 9-page diatribe, and it's thanking everyone except for a couple specific people, and we'll touch on that after the break. But I don't think we have to go paragraph by paragraph. But this is as pro as you can do it. I think this is like a very good summary talking about like, hey, how football is not just a job, but it's a lifestyle. I'm talking about how it's mentally draining and physically draining and emotionally challenging every day, not just Sundays, not just while at practice. And now it's so very important to him that he puts more emphasis and time and effort into his personal life. And I tell you what, Van, one paragraph in, and your boy Tom Brady's hitting it home with me.
Ooh.
Like I am just buying into this. This is not I can't, like, the money's not worth it thing. This is there are things more valuable in my life than playing football, and I've neglected those things for so long. And I just love the start to this. I was captured right away.
Well, I mean, you had me at the biggest, scariest, fastest dudes on the planet are trying to kill me. I'd have been like, okay, you're right. Yeah, good idea. Yeah. Quit playing. That sounds dangerous.
Also, he says there are no shortcuts on the field, and it's like you had 22 years. If there were, you would have figured them out.
There's a bunch of shortcuts.
And you don't want to share.
And you took them all.
You don't want to share them, huh?
Okay, you cheated a lot.
Vital, I know we got to go to break, but how do you feel, Vital, about Tom Brady getting his first unsportsmanlike call in his last game ever? And he's like, this isn't for me anymore.
So you're going to do what to me?
Yeah, he got the penalty, remember?
Yeah, he's like,
that was crazy.
I bet who I am?
Yeah, and then he threw a fit on the sidelines like he did. Didn't he break a computer earlier this year?
He got a note.
I think it's kind of funny, and I bet he's saying "I did it my way" Sinatra song when he announced his retirement.
He was on the sideline saying, "Nobody makes Tom Brady bleed his own blood."
My environment's a product of me.
That's not what I was doing, but whatever.
Oh, I was trying to get there.
That was a dodgeball quote, anyways.
Not familiar with that work.
Right.
Big thank you to the YMCA of Central New Mexico. Allows us to come out every single morning and start our days with them. They are absolutely tremendous. We're going to make an effort to get out there this month to talk about their February deals and how they're doing positive things to impact the community. Also, big fundraiser coming up. We're going to help the community garden. So we're excited about that. Whenever we get back from the break, more Tom Brady talk. We're 2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Raise your hand if you like burritos. Put a Taco Bell $2 beefy melt burrito in that hand. Seasoned beef with a 3-cheese blend? Put another beefy melt burrito in the other hand. You're welcome. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only. Price and participation vary. Tax extra. This report is sponsored by Taco Bell.
All right, traffic this afternoon. New crash to tell you about. Southbound on Jefferson. It's between Elson and Osuna, and it is causing quite a bit of backups. So watch out for that. I-25 and I-40, they are both moving up to speed.
We're all moving a little faster now.
Trust the team that's going to keep up with you on KOAT Action 7 News.
We're proud to bring you coverage you can count on from across New Mexico.
Like a weather forecast that's certified most accurate and proven every day.
Start your day with more in the morning.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Visit any of their stores today or shop online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Jim Rome with the CBS Sports Minute. Steph Curry is the greatest shooter of all time. Yes, he has been in a slump. That is until Rockets guard Kevin Porter Jr. tried him last night and got in his face and started talking trash. Big big mistake. He poured in 21 fourth quarter points, his best regular season fourth quarter ever. I'm Jim Rome.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you 24/7, with supplies and solutions for every industry, and access to product specialists ready to help. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey team, it's a full house. We got to pick up the pace.
At Hank's Restaurant, the line goes around the block.
Is this for 12? Okay, I need the truffle oil drizzle.
What he needs is another line cook.
Oh man, are the quail breasts still in the sous vide? Dave, can you keep an eye on that, please?
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
The Jim Rome Show.
It's never easy with the LA Rams, but how about that bet that they made when they made that trade for Matthew Stafford? Now they're 60 minutes away from cashing it in. That trade is looking pretty good right about now. So is the acquisition of Von Miller and OBJ as well, and Jalen Ramsey. These guys have been taking enormous swings for years, and now we are 60 minutes away from those swings paying off.
The Jim Rome Show. Weekdays at 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Jack Thompson here, president of Legacy Mortgage, headquartered right here in New Mexico, and a proud supporter of the Lobos. The Lobos are your home team, and Legacy Mortgage is your home team for financing. We are a New Mexico-based company committed to serving you. Interest rates continue to remain low. Now is the time to purchase your first home or next home. Now is the time to refinance to a lower rate. Log on at legacylending.com. That is legacylending.com. Keep it local and go Lobos.
Legacy Mortgage, your mortgage provider.
NMLS number 249314, equal housing lender.
Did you know the average home loses 25 to 40% of heated and cooled air through cracks and crevices in the duct system? Daniels Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning offers the AeroSeal process to seal, reinforce, and energize your duct system. How about an average energy savings of 30% while drastically increasing your comfort? Call my friends at Daniels today and ask about AeroSeal for your home, 898-8860.
You want it right today. Get it done the Daniels way. Daniels Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
This hour of Two Men On brought to you by Bernalillo County DWI Prevention. Go to burncode.gov for more information.
When you fill your prescriptions at Walgreens, you can track the progress of your order in real time. Know the price of your prescriptions before you go to pick them up. And anytime you have questions, use Pharmacy Chat to ask an expert 24 hours a day. Help with your meds from Walgreens. Side effects may include breathing a little easier because your prescription stress melted away. Learn more on the Walgreens app.
This price isn't final. This is an estimated price based on your insurance coverage.
Find more jobs on the new Monster.com. Jobs for night owls, early risers. Jobs for people who do their best thinking in the morning, or the evening, or the shower, or with TV cameras pointed in their face. Jobs for people who like the way they look in scrubs, or in cowboy hats, or tool belts. Even jobs for people who think they have a voice for radio. With more advice and jobs for career switchers, new grads, and digital nomads, Monster has all you need to find the right fit. Go to thenewmonster.com or download our app today.
New Mexico's Sports Authority, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Van is live from the John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy Studio. I am live from my kitchen. The magic of technology. Van, did you know?
Hit me.
The number one song in the United States in the year 2000.
God, it's Nelly, isn't it?
Nope.
My heart will go on.
It's called, and I don't know this one, Breathe by Faith Hill.
Just breathe. I think that's it. Vital was at it. Vital knows.
Vital would know.
Did I sound like Faith Hill? Like exactly like Faith Hill?
There's maybe one note of it, but that's about it.
I'll take it.
You made note, so that's nice.
Hey-o.
the year 2000, which was actually the 1999 season, but the St. Louis Rams won the Super Bowl, man.
Oh, you were so
Tackle.
happy then.
Oh, like you don't even believe. Like in 2000, I'm 16 years old, and I'm like the biggest NFL fan of all time because I've had a team in St. Louis for about 6 years at that point, and I just cannot believe everything. And then the Mike Jones tackle on the one, Kevin Dyson goes down. It's the whole thing. Steve McNair stands there a loser. I loved everything about it.
That was a crazy game.
Even crazier though. So because I've always been a baseball guy.
Same.
But like when I was younger, I was only really a St. Louis Cardinals guy. Like I didn't understand or know how to appreciate the rest of the league. In that 2000 year, that's that Mets-Yankees World Series, which if that was happening right now, I would take like the drug I was most addicted to. Like that is the thing I would yearn for as far as storyline and compelling television. But that was also in 2000 was the Mets and the Yankees.
The old Subway series. That was a good one.
That was the one.
Indy Chavez up against the wall.
I mean, I don't know who that is.
I know.
Okay. Mad cow disease was in 2000. Don't know if you recall that. Mad cow disease.
I didn't own a lot of cows then. I wouldn't have noticed.
Not a lot of change in your cow ownership.
What did you do in the last 22 years? Not buy a cow?
Yeah. What's your problem, guy?
Yeah. How many cows you own, loser?
Hey, yeah, you still get milk at the Walmart. Also, with some of the zoning laws here in town, I don't know how unfeasible it is for you to own a cow where you live.
I got a 1/4 acre. That's enough for the puppies to roam.
So I
Is
think
that what they say? I don't know. It sounded correct.
No, I don't believe that's correct. I think the definition, as I understand it, of a happy cow,
okay,
like a California happy cow,
all right,
is 1 acre per cow.
Ooh, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
What if I got a mini cow? I got like a cow 1/4 of the size of a cow. It would be happy there.
What are you talking about?
I got a 1/4 acre, so I can have a 1/4 of a cow.
Like the Lil Sebastian of cows?
Exactly. That's exactly what I want. Now that you mentioned that, I'm writing it down right now. Van wants a mini cow. I'm writing it down.
I'm not saying I hate this. Also, on a personal note, 2000 was the very first year that I bought a DVD.
Really?
Yeah,
the
first
kind of
DVD.
Behind a little bit.
Maybe I was, maybe I wasn't. I can't tell you. But the first DVD I ever bought was Gladiator, starring Russell Crowe. Have you seen this work?
Yeah, it's very entertaining.
Yes.
He asked me if I was, and I told him, yes, this is a very good movie. Thank you for breaking the fourth wall and asking me about the movie during the movie.
Yeah, you're correct. I actually don't need an intermission. I am entertained.
Yeah.
In this Ridley Scott epic. There's a handful of movies. All right, Vital. There's a handful of movies that I've seen more than one time. Gladiator is one of them. I've seen it more than one time because I had the DVD aforementioned.
Sure, your first one. You got to break it in proper.
Correct. I also have seen more than one time Wayne's World.
Excellent choice.
Which is very good.
It's the lady friend's favorite.
It's, okay.
Yeah,
her and I are both in love with you, so that makes sense.
Same as he's.
Yeah. And then lastly, the 2004 banger Anchorman, which I think ruined every other comedy movie for the history of all time because it's the best one ever done.
Yeah.
It peaked. That was peak comedy. There's been some movies that have been close, but that movie was damn near perfect.
As far as like scripted, like acted, that's the best one. Like I think comedy has swayed now in a way to where it's not captured or presented the same. To me, like comedy is in like long form. Comedy is in like podcast form. Comedy is in like a different type of entertainment. And to me, that's the last big Hollywood. We're going to put out a comedy that's going to be a banger for everyone. And that's 2004.
Tom Brady already had a ring by then.
Yeah, he got one in 2001 against the St. Louis Rams. You know how many career comebacks he had? Like winning drives in extra innings in the final moments of the game?
If I had to guess, I would say like 80.
No, but it was over 40.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, he had to lose a couple of those. He would come back and then eventually lose a couple.
Vital, I don't have it in front of me, but I probably should. Is it 7? He hit over 700 touchdowns? That's crazy.
Yeah.
710-ish, I'm guessing.
720 maybe?
Oh, my gosh.
Well, he's the only one to hit 700. So
Right.
every record that he breaks is his own record, like the past 2 years.
All right, I got it right here. Are you ready?
Hit me.
42 game-winning drives, 710 touchdowns, and this coward only threw for 97,569 yards.
That's a bunch.
Thinking New Mexico Pinon, which started my morning because I actually had to skip the Y today due to the quarantine. 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Trash cleanup this afternoon, southbound on Jefferson between Ellison and Osuna. That is causing quite a bit of backups. Also, slowdowns this afternoon, Paseo westbound as you approach the river.
New Mexico Department of Game and Fish reminds you in order to lawfully operate an off-highway vehicle on paved roads, you must abide by the local ordinance. Before you operate an OHV on paved roads, check to see if there's an ordinance authorizing such use at www.beforeyouride.com. This report brought to you by the New Mexico Department of Game and Fish.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Visit any of their stores today or shop online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Jim Rome with your Rome Report. Tom Brady made it official. He did retire this morning. He posted a statement on Instagram. I would read it to you, but there's just no way in the world I ever could. I mean, it was 8 pages. There was the first page and then the second page. He spent some more time on his decision, and he thanked his teammates in Tampa Bay. Then a page for the Bucs fans, the city of Tampa and entire Tampa St. Pete region, and the Glazer family. Then one for the Bucs GM and Bruce Arians and the rest of the Bucs coaches. Then a page for Bucs staffers, his trainer, his reps, one for his parents, his wife, and his kids. Then another page for reflection. Then a page plugging his businesses. My man, were you able to get it all in there? What? James Wilder doesn't get a page? What about Hardy Nickerson? How do you not mention Derek Brooks? You retired from the NFL. You did not declare your independence from England.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Need a little good news in your life? Well, here's the deal. State Farm has new, lower car insurance rates in New Mexico, so you can get the service and convenience of State Farm agent Art Sandoval at an even better price. That's right. State Farm can help you save more cash and get the good neighbor service you deserve. Art Sandoval is ready to help you save in Albuquerque. Call Art today at 338-0300. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is...
Can't do it because I have clean feet, so that I can't use the computer when he's on it.
It's better.
That's why I couldn't use the Brady bunch. I couldn't.
We respect.
I'd love to, but it would. You want to talk about an echo? He would freak.
Profit organization that exists to
I would love to
in government, so you not only know what's happening but why and by whom, because what you don't know can hurt you. Visit nmfog.org and become a member today. Sponsored by New Mexico Broadcasters Association.
What does it mean to be a world-class university?
To start being ranked in the top 2% of universities.
30 seconds, Van.
And to be the only designated R1 highest research activity university in the state. It's about creating the most opportunities for students. And at the University of New Mexico, we do just that by offering affordable, top-tier education year after year and awarding millions in scholarships to our students. So, what are you waiting for? Apply to UNM at apply.unm.edu.
This is KNML AM Albuquerque, a Cumulus media station. Your exclusive home for Super Bowl 56 is the Sports Animal.
Now batting for the Sports Animal, your afternoon drive. Number 2, men on, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Robert Buck D. Gibson.
This is 2 Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
And you're up.
All right, you're just messing with me now, Vital. I know this one. This is definitely Austin Powers stuff.
Dan knows it very well.
You know it's my favorite.
So during the break, I got that text message from my very good friend Crystal. And she said, "Hey, trying to get them Girl Scout cookies?" I said, "Yes, I am. I am trying to get them." So I just
drop them off and run away. You're in quarantine.
I'm only in corporate quarantine, okay?
You tested negative 2 days or 3 days in a row?
I've tested negative 3 days in a row, but we have some rules at work. And those rules at work are, you can't yet. And I said, okay, I follow the rules.
Well, I mean, it's to protect super producer Mike Vitale. I might be one of the small portion of the populace that's impervious to COVID because I've had like 36 direct exposures and still never got it.
You got a strong immunity, but I bring sweets all the time. You can ask the guys that.
Well,
I always bring sweets, so why am I going to buy more sweets? I get punished by my girlfriend.
Well,
my bacon isn't good enough for you guys? She would throw a fit.
Okay. I mean, no, what it is I'm about to bring a box of Adventurefuls, a box of Samoas, and a box of Thin Mints, and they're not going to make it through one complete business day at the office.
Oh, 100%.
Man.
They're gone.
Yeah. Also, I did the donate one package because I'm a fan of that.
Same.
I'm a fan of
so same.
Yeah. It's only $5. Got $5.
So it's not going to be a stone cold whodunit. It's not going to be a mystery where all those cookies went because we can just go to Mikey's top drawer and find all the Samoas and Thin Mints. He's going to take a sleeve of each. I guarantee it.
Well, now Mikey, he's got a scapegoat in Phil. So he's like, and he'll be like, well, Phil did it. And we'll be like,
all I do is just bribe Phil to keep quiet.
Yeah.
Bribe him with cookies.
Right.
Everybody likes cookies. I don't care who
over
they
on,
are.
Yeah. Over on KKOB, they don't have this kind of sweets world like we have over here on KNML.
No, they give away T-shirts.
They do give away T-shirts.
All right.
By the way, we just got all of our stuff. Did you see that, Van? All of our stuff's coming in.
Oh, it's coming in?
So it should all be finished in here by the end of the week. So the T-shirts are in. They're currently being printed. So we're very excited about that. Michael, I did order you a 2X, so you're welcome.
We got to take a bunch of 2Xs to LA.
There's not a bunch of them
to give away to the offensive and defensive linemen we'll be interviewing.
There's not a bunch of them. Just got the one.
Literally just one.
I was like, who wants a 2X? That seems big.
It's going to be gigantic.
Gigantic was the 2000 NFL draft van.
That's right. Should I
Well, give it to me.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, okay. I will fill is obviously you're loading a browser here.
No, I am not. I'm loading my voice. In the 6th round, with the 199th pick, out of Michigan in the Big Ten, the New England Patriots select quarterback Thomas Brady. Boo!
Well, They don't announce 6th round picks,
Who's
but
this
yeah,
loser?
It was pretty close.
We don't want this loser. I saw a picture of him with his shirt off. He's a loser.
So a bunch of perennial all-stars went before him, though, right?
Would you like to run them?
I would.
Okay. We'll go in reverse order.
Mark Bulger.
Okay. Drafted 183rd by the Cleveland Browns.
You want me to guess? Are we doing only quarterbacks?
Yeah, just the quarterbacks.
All right, so the Cleveland Browns in 2000 is Spurgeon Wynn.
What? How did you get that one? You just read the article. You just read the article.
I'm looking right at you via the world of technology.
I wasn't sure if Spurgeon was like a fish or like a motorcycle rally, but apparently he's a quarterback drafted right before Tom Brady.
Is it a city in South Dakota?
He only played 2 seasons, started 3 games, didn't win a single one.
Well, Spurgeon won a lot of hearts, so that was important.
Drafted 168th.
Mark Bulger, West
still
Virginia.
ahead of Tom Brady. Yes, you got this one right.
Okay.
Who might have been, if Tom Brady never existed, the steal of the draft. Started 96 games, 41-54 record. Had a lot of good seasons, a lot of good years. Pretty good at that spot. Okay. Drafted 163rd.
Okay.
Out of Tennessee. A lot of promise here. T. Martin.
So, okay, you didn't give me a chance to guess because I would have got that one.
Okay. T. Martin.
Yeah,
I said Tennessee T.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you would have, after Tennessee, I would have got that one. I would have had that one. If you remember, he played backup for Peyton Manning, and that was his thing.
Only started, he went 13-0 after Peyton Manning left.
Correct. Won a ship.
Took him to the promised land.
Yep.
The loser Peyton Manning couldn't do it, but T. Martin can. Ahead of T. Martin.
Okay.
Drafted 75th overall. Okay, now
What team drafted?
We're talking 3rd rounders.
Okay.
Okay.
Who made the pick?
Baltimore Ravens.
Okay, so that's an interesting one because that same season is the year the Ravens won the Super Bowl, and they had Tony Banks start their season. They had Trent Dilfer come in and replace him in week 2, win a Super Bowl, and they drafted your boy Chris Redman.
Ooh,
is that correct?
Strong work. Chris Redman is correct.
Okay.
Had 4 starting wins in the association.
That's I would have took the under.
Okay, now this is the big one right here.
Okay.
There's only 2 left. By the San Francisco 49ers, Tom Brady's favorite team, the team of his hero, Joe Montana. Do you know with the 65th overall pick
out of Hofstra,
beginning of the 3rd round?
I don't know his name.
You don't remember his name?
No, it's the kid out of Hofstra, though. I don't remember his name.
Giovanni Carmazzi.
Oh, yeah, I would have put a G on it.
Carmazzi. Okay.
He never played it down, right?
Nope, never played it down in the NFL. Not a stat to be had.
Well, that's all right. Tough luck.
And then 18th overall in the 1st round to the New York Jets. You know this one.
Yeah, that was out of Marshall. That was Chad Pennington.
Correct, Chad Pennington. He was the universally admired 1st-round quarterback. Everyone knew he was going somewhere in the 1st round. Can't miss prospect, blah, blah, blah. Every year that he was healthy and played all 16 games, he won more than 10 games and went to the playoffs. So not a loser. The rest of these losers don't hold a candle to Tom Brady. And let me tell you a little fun little stat right here.
Yeah, if you would.
Every quarterback, and I just did the math, I'm pretty sure it's correct.
Okay.
Every quarterback drafted in front of Tom Brady has 89 career wins. Okay. 85 of those are by Chad Pennington and Mark Bulger. Tom Brady has 243 career wins. So Tom Brady won 154 more games than the 6 people drafted ahead of him. That is bonkers.
I also remember from the 2000 draft, San Francisco took 2 quarterbacks,
Right.
and the other one they took was after Tom Brady, Tim Rattay.
Tim Rattay. Yeah.
And he ended up playing for like 7 or 8 years, right?
Yeah.
But he didn't have wins, really. He just ended up being better than you thought he would be.
Yeah, backup, fill in, backup, fill in. Yeah.
Okay. That was a weird draft year.
199th pick gets you 7 Super Bowls and 243 wins. Giovanni Carmazzi. Oh, I'm sure he's a lovely person.
It's not the best draft in the history of drafts. Like Tom Brady, obviously, greatest of all time. If you try to argue that differently, then I just tell you don't have a strong understanding of what you're arguing.
Yeah.
But I would say I just don't know. Brian Urlacher came out that year. Obviously, that's a big connection to, like New Mexico and obviously the university. But outside of those 2 guys, like, really, who was it?
LeVar Arrington. Peter Warrick was the no doubt wide receiver from Florida State. Had a good career when he was healthy. Jamal Lewis. Ron Dane.
Even those guys, though, like.
And that was also the year, you might forget.
Adrian Peterson. Was he that year? No, he wasn't that year.
No. That was the year that the Raiders took Sebastian Janikowski, the kicker, in the first round, 17th overall.
And if you remember, they took Shane Leckler in the 5th round, and I think he ended up going to like 8 or 9 Pro Bowls and ended up being – so really there was like 4 guys. There was like Brady, Urlacher, Janikowski, and Leckler. And those were like the only 4 we went to more than 5 Pro Bowls kind of guys.
Yeah. Tom Brady was the prize, and no one knew it. Yeah, Shane Leckler went in the 5th round.
There you go.
Sebastian Janikowski in the 1st round.
And that was for Michael.
The Raiders filled up their special teams before Tom Brady was drafted.
Dog, but they had them filled for like a dozen years. Like, I can't tell you those are bad picks. Like, and those are the top 2 guys. And for Michael, his favorite draft selection of all time, I believe Bubba Franks came out in 2000. And I know Michael still reps that jersey.
Yes, he does. He has it on underneath his Under Armour right now.
We're excited to be at O'Neill's on Thursday night. I will not be there. You will, man. And you are going to have a lot of friends of the show.
Cavalcade of guests.
So that'll be a very good one. Check us out at Nob Hill on Thursday night. We're 2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Still dealing with that crash southbound on Jefferson. It's between Ellison and Osuna, and it is causing quite a bit of backups. Also, slowdowns northbound on I-25 starting around Gibson. They're going to last until Central. And westbound on Paseo, slow moving this afternoon from Jefferson to Rio Grande. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Visit any of their stores today or shop online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Make this year the best Valentine's Day ever.
Well, it's Valentine's Day, sugar.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Love you.
You can win $250 to John Thomas Jewelers. Beautiful flowers from People's Flowers. Delicious Valentine's Day candy from the Candy Lady. And a champagne tasting for 2 at Gruet. Register and get your name on the winners list right now at sportsanimалabq.com.
Happy Valentine's.
Valentine's is Monday, February 14th. Say I love you early with flowers from People's Flowers. People's Flowers carries a stunning,
Still getting an echo?
classic fresh cut roses
Are you really?
of beautiful flowers
I don't know what that is. That's weird.
early and have your arrangement delivered early so your loved one can enjoy them all through the holiday. Shop in-store at any of People's Flowers' 4 locations. People's delivers locally or around the world. Shop today. Flowers say it all. People's makes the difference.
Lobo basketball is back. The defending Mount West champion Lobo women's basketball team returns to the pit Wednesday, February 2nd when they host Colorado State. And they'll be right back at it again Saturday, February 5th when they host Wyoming. Fans are encouraged to wear pink to the game on the 5th as we support the fight against breast cancer. Tickets to both games are available at golobos.com/tickets. That's golobos.com/tickets. We are New Mexico, and this is Lobo Basketball at the Pit. We'll see you there.
Hey y'all, this is your girl Cheryl Underwood, and I want to tell you something. My digestive system used to make me feel sluggish, but those days are over. Now I feel great. That's because I increased my fiber intake with the Metamucil 2-week challenge, and I'm still hooked. I just took Metamucil every day for 14 days, and it's really that easy. Metamucil traps and removes the waste that weighs you down, so you feel lighter and more energetic. Now I never want to go back to that heavy feeling. Are you ready for the Metamucil 2-week challenge? For a coupon and daily support, sign up at Metamucil.com today.
At Progressive, we know there's nothing like the feeling of riding a motorcycle with your crew on the open road. That symphony of engines roaring in perfect harmony. It's a feeling that would be impossible to recreate on the radio. Until now. Hit it, Jerry. Oh, my word. Really, really terrible. Is that a glockenspiel, Jerry? Quote with Progressive and see if you could save with America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. No, Jerry. It's over.
The Duke City's home for sports.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
That's a yes.
This is 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
And you're up right now.
All right, I recognize that I'm currently on corporate quarantine for exposure to a person positive with COVID-19, but I'm perfectly fine. I'm waiting for another negative to come back from my PCR test, but I'm going to rehaul this entire rejoin beds. There's just no way. All of the Dave Matthews has to go. It all has to go out. Every single one of them.
He's doing this on purpose.
It's not even, is he?
Yeah.
Michael, I need a confessional right now.
He wants to get your heart rate up to make sure it's
Well,
not the corvids. In
To
your
be fair,
to be fair.
To be fair.
I did it in reverse order here. Thank you very much. The other thing is that the Bois, which is Jared, our program director,
Sure.
he puts in the music. I have no control over it, so I have to confess it's not me.
Well,
We're going to need you to confirm if he has my email or not, because this needs to be
Well-
resolved.
And he does a
There's
good
a-
job. We
and
got a lot
what-
of good music.
And what Jared did is, like, instead of it saying Dave Matthews, it just said Fred's favorite on it. So Mikey gets really excited to play it for you. And then what comes out? Dave Matthews.
Open up my head in a boy's dream.
In a boy's dream. To be
You know what that
fair,
means. No, Michael, no. Not about Dave Matthews. Not to be fair.
hopefully somebody else can hear what we're talking about and make the
Hey,
change.
I'm sorry I was late on the rejoin, but Mikey brings me Fig Newtons,
Okay.
and I have to break the edges off of the Fig Newtons.
Yeah, the hard part, don't eat that part.
Yeah, it's too bready. I just want the good stuff in
Yeah.
the middle.
The filling.
So while I heard the music to come back, I was flaking the edges off of Fig Newtons.
I saw you.
Yeah, it's the only way to eat them. Get rid of the edges. They're wasteful. It's a waste of bread.
Also, I believe Michael doesn't buy the name brand Fig Newtons. He gets like the Kirkland ones, and they're just not as good.
No, actually, I got brand. I'm brand guy.
Yeah, he's on brand.
Oh, those Nabisco? Is that what that is?
I believe so.
Okay.
I'll look at the package.
Well, I trust you. I mean, there's no reason-
Nabisco made with real fruit, Newtons. And these are the Fig brand of Newtons. Apparently, there's a bunch of different Newtons. Is there like date Newtons?
I've never heard of date Newtons. Are
No?
dates and figs the same thing or no?
They're different, but they're very
They're-
similar.
but they're different.
They're very different.
How different?
think
'Cause
it's like
they're the
jelly
same
and-
trees, same.
It's like jelly and preserves, Michael. I think it's similar, but
Ah.
it's different.
It's like oranges and mandarins. How about that?
Cuties. Are you talking about cuties?
That's
It's
tangerines.
like tangerines and mandarins.
Yeah, they're similar but different.
Okay. 505-246-0610. Are you an agricultural engineer and would like to explain the difference in between dates and figs to our audience?
You're saying it facetiously, but I would happily take that call
100%.
because I'm one to learn.
You know, that's what we love during rush hour traffic on the interstate is talking about dates and figs. 20,000 people stuck in traffic. And they want to hear us talking about dates and figs, not Tom Brady.
Is there a traffic thing right now? I wasn't listening to the update.
I was flicking the edges off of a Fig Newton. I didn't hear it either.
Tom Brady says he's not going to make the competitive commitment anymore. He's loved his NFL career. It's time to focus his energy and time on other things that require them. So he's no longer the dad of the NFL. He's decided that he's not the NFL's dad anymore. He says it's time for the kids to play.
You think
That's
it had
nice.
anything to do with Bob Saget?
Yeah, 100%. Why? How couldn't it? Yeah, duh, absolutely.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah, Betty White, all the. He's not dead, Van. He's just not playing in the NFL anymore.
Dead to me.
You know where he's not going to be dead? On all these celebrity golf shows, they're going to come up all the time where it's like, hey, we paired a golfer with Tom Brady. Or what is Tom Brady and Paul Rudd doing on the links? Tune in to ESPN this weekend and find out. That's what we're going to end up getting.
Nah, Tom Brady's dead to me. I do love golf. I would be super excited to see Tom Brady and a professional golfer golf again.
Yes,
like the Aaron Rodgers thing, celebrity.
100%.
Yeah, I'm into that because now he's
scramble?
retired. He doesn't got to worry about his image as much anymore.
All right.
So now he can get on the golf course, have a couple oat sodas, and talk smack like he's one of the boys now.
From the live chat, friend of the show, Craig says his comeback against Atlanta in the Super Bowl win. That's the one that was in Houston. I was there. That was incredible. So that was 21 points, obviously, or whatever it was, to come back and win that big game. And then 5 touchdowns in one quarter against Tennessee. Those are his, because he's a New England guy, you know. So those were his big Tom Brady moments. I think those are good Tom Brady moments.
I legit forgot about the 5 touchdowns against Tennessee. That was really cool. That's one of the ones that slipped through me.
Well, and I know you hate Tennessee because you're a Houston connection, so I thought that one would have stood out to you.
I'm indifferent. I don't care.
Oh, okay. I mean, I hate the LA Rams.
You're a big Nashville guy. I like Nashville.
I also like Nashville, which I'm going to this summer for SummerSlam, which is live at Nashville, as possibly The Rock will have to face Roman Reigns after WrestleMania to see who is actually the head of the Roman Reigns Rock family table.
Rock's not
so
coming
we headed
back.
out to. No, he's not.
He's not coming back.
He didn't come back at Royal Rumble. He's not.
It's Johnny Knoxville versus Tom Brady, and you know it.
That's a championship matchup.
That's pretty sweet, actually.
Yeah,
I meant for it to be a joke, but that's actually really
no,
cool.
but it's not. What's Tom Brady's wrestling move?
Congratulations to Los Angeles Rams offensive tackle Andrew Whitworth.
Okay.
Who turned 40.
Drafted in 2000.
Turned 40 on December 12th. Now he is the oldest player in the NFL, and he's going to be in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks.
Aw.
That's pretty cool.
Aw.
That's pretty cool.
Do you think he'll play in front of any Rams fans? That'd be exciting for him. He hasn't done that all season.
Road field advantage.
Just crazy to me. Those games this past weekend, so very good. So very good.
So Tom Brady's finishing move would 100% be the Uggs on your neck.
Yeah.
The weight of the Uggs franchise is just sitting right on top of your neck. And
it's just a curb stomp he puts on an Ugg.
But it's like
before.
It's a super gentle and light curb stomp, but the weight of the whole Uggs franchise is on your neck. I think that would be his finishing move.
When he's mounting a comeback, he always gets you caught in the holding call.
Very
there
nice.
You go. He thanks explicitly on his Instagram post, Van, he thanks his teammates. So that is nice. He thanks his teammates at Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Good start.
He said, and we can't go through all 9 pages of this, obviously, Van. I'm nitpicking here. But he picks out how they inspired him to wake up every day and to give his best. Well, that's nice. You know, it's like a nice thing to contribute to the guys that are currently there. He thanks the fans, Van. He thanks the Bucs fans. He says, thank you. I didn't know what to expect when I arrived here. First of all, that's a bold-faced lie.
Sure.
You knew exactly what, you knew when you got off the plane and there was literally a red carpet there. Literally. But your support and embrace have enriched my life and that of my family. I've been honored to play for such passionate fan base. What a crew, spelled Krewe. Thanks the city, Van. Thanks the city.
Which one?
Tampa Bay, St. Pete.
Just
thanks
Tampa?
to both. No, well, I don't really know how they're separated. Is it like a Rio Rancho Albuquerque thing where they're 2 things, but they're really just one thing? So he thinks them both Tampa and St. Pete.
It's not the Saint. Like actual St. Pete? You sure it's the city?
St. Petersburg.
Okay,
So
well, that's different. That's
Ber-
different.
Yeah, Berg means city.
Sure.
I think in Latin.
Bergenstein. Yeah, sure.
He thinks the Glazer family. That's nice.
Oh,
That's yeah. Are you familiar with them? Do you know?
Yeah, the people who make the donuts, the glazed donuts. Right? Is that not right? No,
the Buccaneers.
that's right. That's right.
I don't know who Jason Licht is.
Whoa!
But he gets thanked.
Jason Licht?
I'm just kidding. It's his agent. So he thinks his agent that he had forever.
Okay.
That's not Bruce Arians. Thinks Bruce Arians.
Okay, that's a good thing.
Probably, yeah. Now he probably should be jeering Bruce Arians a little bit because he didn't let Antonio Brown stay on the team, and Antonio Brown could have been a crucial piece late into the season, specifically the playoffs, for a chance to not be a loser right now because the Buccaneers are better than the Rams. That's a fact.
In your head. Did he think Robert Kraft?
Well, hold on. There's only 5 more pages, Van. He has to have thanked Robert
good
Kraft.
Lord.
How could he not have thanked Robert Kraft?
We're only on till 7, Fred. You can't do every page.
I'm just doing every paragraph, Van. I'm just
No.
making sure we're very thorough here.
Okay.
Alex Guerrero got thanked. I don't know if you saw that. His personal trainer got thanked.
Yeah, that's is co-author of the TB12 stuff.
Well, thank you for taking my money for so many years.
Yeah.
Thank you for being an employee.
By the way, you owe Antonio Brown $50,000, I think.
That is weird.
The
Yeah.
check didn't clear.
Got to figure that one out. Thanks, like the door guy at Buck Stadium. I'm not
Oh, God, that's so
Yeah.
sweet. Stop it. You stop it right now, Tom.
Don Yee and Steve Dublin, obviously, like since college, they've been together. His parents, his family, his wife, his children, everything that's ever inspired him, Van. He thanks them all. And when we get back from the break, just who he didn't think in this final farewell as a professional athlete
I'm excited for
in
this.
the NFL. The people we think, though, are I-9 Sports, who allows us to do this program every single day, and O'Neill's alongside the Electric Playhouse. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Is your credit card paying you? The Independence Credit Card from Kirtland Federal Credit Union offers 1.5% unlimited cash back. Learn more at kirtlandfcu.org/credit cards. Must choose cashback program at time of application. Subject to credit approval. Membership eligibility required.
This report is brought to you by Kirtland Federal Credit Union.
Still dealing with that crash on southbound Jefferson. It's between Ellison and Osuna, and there are a lot of slowdowns in there. Speaking of slowdowns, westbound Paseo this afternoon, pretty much starting at I-25 and going all the way through to Rio Grande. It is moving slow this afternoon. Alameda may be a better option for you right now. Also, northbound I-25 from Gibson to Central moving slow as well.
This report is brought to you by Lobo Basketball.
Lobo Basketball is back. The Lobo women's basketball team returns to the pit to host Colorado State on February 2nd, and they're right back in action on February 5th hosting Wyoming. Tickets are available at golobos.com/tickets. We'll see you there.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Visit any of their stores today or shop online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Don't miss the opening drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Local talk.
Windows are so small, but I believe Patrick Mahomes had an opportunity to win that game yesterday, and that's a miss. It's going to be a tough one to swallow today, tomorrow, in the long run.
I'll take Patrick Mahomes' Super Bowl appearances total over Allen Burrow combined the rest of their careers.
Start your morning weekdays at 7 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Cook 'em and take the points in this Big 12 showdown. I'm Joe Giglio here to help you beat the books with BetQL. Texas is catching 6 points in tonight's top 25 matchup with rival Texas Tech. The BetQL model likes the Longhorns. Head coach Chris Beard going against his former team. BetQL actually has the Longhorns favored by 2, so that's 8 points of value on Texas. I'm Joe Giglio. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetQL app today.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you 24/7 with supplies and solutions for every industry and access to product specialists ready to help. Call, click Grainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm here at the Big Game Headquarters, Total Wine and More, stocking up for the big celebration. The perfect bourbon, local craft beer.
Forgetting something?
Oh, yeah, Cabernet, seltzers.
The day after is Valentine's Day.
Whoa, new game plan.
You got this. Total Wine can help you score the perfect bubbly, too.
Thank you, I would have been.
You sure would have.
Total Wine and More. Pickup and delivery available. Drink responsibly. B21.
The Rocket Mortgage Super Bowl Square Sweepstakes is back. Every score change will draw one winner from the square to win $50,000. Plus, 2 grand prize winners will win $500,000 they could use toward their dream home. Get in the game for free at RocketMortgageSquares.com. Rocket Mortgage, official mortgage sponsor of Super Bowl 56.
No purchase necessary. Legal residence of the 50 U.S. and D.C. of age. Majority ends 11/11/22. Equal housing lender. Licensed all 50 states. NMLS number 3030. The NFL entities do not offer to sponsor this promotion in any way.
You know, Steph, I'm not much of a winter guy. I just can't get down with the cold.
Doug, I love winter because it's savings event time at American Home Furniture Outlet and Clearance Center. Why not go into American Home at I-25 in Comanche, warm up, and check out the savings?
I forgot it's the winter savings event. Up to 30% off store-wide and take advantage of 24-month financing, plus free front door delivery.
And they have tons of new items arriving daily, like the Nix sofa with shades, just $20 a month with approved credit. See store for details.
And the back dock at American Home Furniture Outlet and Clearance Center has savings that are unbeatable. Right now, you can save up to 70% on scratch and dents, as is, and one of a kinds. Always something awesome back there.
Well, it is the Clearance Center for the entire state, and there are so many Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and Sealy mattresses. Take an additional 20% off the lowest marked clearance price.
So hurry in now for the American Home Furniture Outlet and Clearance Center. They've been serving New Mexico for over 85 years, and they guarantee you'll pay less.
Stop in today at I-25 in Comanche.
The University of New Mexico is committed to ensuring that residents of our state entering college for the first time can afford to pursue a bachelor's degree with the Lobo First Year Promise. Get more information and learn the eligibility requirements online at promise.unm.edu.
This is where New Mexico comes for sports. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
You're up. This is not a regular one either. This is like there's something going on today. It's like I take 2 days off, which I get in the industry is risque. You can easily be replaced with Robert Gibson. He's insanely talented. But this is what I come back to? This tomfoolery?
We play this a lot though, so you should know it by now.
I thought this was your favorite.
This?
Besides Nelly.
This, to me, sounds like the last level of a Nintendo Entertainment System game based on Indiana Jones. And I have to outrun a boulder.
Big shout out to Matt Brager, New Mexico Pinon, for texting me and Fred the differences in between figs and dates. So we'll tackle that in the 6 o'clock hour.
I also got text on the side from friend Eddie Nunez. So Eddie says Whitworth is one of the best. Had the pleasure of seeing him play at LSU when he was working there. I was like, he's gigantic. And he's like, yeah, no, that's a pretty big dude. Like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
The program is best when it's sports adjacent. That's
Duh.
when the program is best.
That's what we do. That's what we do here.
To wrap out Tom Brady's Instagram post, he says, thank you, everyone. The future is exciting, specifically the future as it relates to at Autograph.io, at Brady Brand, at TB12 Sports, on and on and on. He tags who you need to follow. So if you're a fan of Tom Brady, you can continue to be a fan of Tom Brady because he will have many endeavors, which I have no doubt he'll be the greatest of all time at those as well. But looks like he is done in a football capacity. Let's put a bow on Tom Brady's football career. He's the greatest of all time.
100%.
100%.
100%.
Not even close.
Left off a couple very important people.
Oh, you're talking about the Instagram post?
Yes.
So I think I'm gonna go Oppo you.
Okay.
You lead, I'll follow.
Okay, well, I have an idea, and I'm sorry if this smashes your idea.
Okay.
But I think Tom Brady and the New England Patriots, which he did not mention whatsoever, no Patriots talk, no Robert Kraft, no Bill Belichick, no teammates in New England, no championships in New England, didn't mention the Patriots or their organization at all in his retirement letter on Instagram. I think he's going to do the old school, sign a one-day contract, retire a Patriot, and then he will say nice things about New England.
When he left in 2020, he did a very similar Instagram post thanking Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick and the city of Boston and New England and all the surrounding everything. That to me was the end of it. Tom Brady doesn't look for your number again after he deletes it. And that's what has happened here. Tom Brady did it the exact pro way 2 years ago when he left New England, and he's not going to revisit that bad boy. He doesn't date the same girl twice.
Okay, I could see that too. But I think like when he goes, a unanimous first ballot Hall of Famer, and we could talk about this later, but Tom Brady, there's a lot of people in the history of the NFL who've had a career worthy of 2 Hall of Fame careers. Tom Brady has 3 separate careers that can go into the Hall of Fame. I'll touch on that later. But I think that he will sign a one-day contract, retire a Patriot, go into the Hall of Fame as a Patriot, have that Patriots jersey blazoned upon his chest. But he was just gushing and gushing and gushing about Florida. Like, I mean, that is something that Tom Brady and Robert Kraft have in common, is they both go to Florida for happy endings. It's the best Tom Brady joke you're going to hear today. I guarantee you. I guarantee you.
I don't like that joke.
Bad mental image? Is that why?
I don't think you really go into the NFL Hall of Fame as a team, right? You just go in as a player.
It says it on your bust.
Yeah, but it's not like you're not wearing the hat. You know, it's not like.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's not like Major League Baseball. You know, it's not like. It's not the same. And to me, it doesn't matter. To me, it's you go in, and we talk about this all the time, because you're very famous. You don't necessarily have to be the best football player. You just have to be a very famous football player. And to me, Tom Brady just happens to be both of those things. And if he gets in, he doesn't just get in with a bust, dog. He gets a wing. Like he gets, like they named the parking garage after him. They named the walking mall up to Canton. They name all of it after him because he's the thing.
He is football. He's been football for 22 years.
Him and Madden both get one. That's the thing.
He should have his own wing.
Yes.
Yeah.
But because there's so much, and now the way that the NFL maintains its history versus the way it used to, you know, because there was a time when you had to chase down memorabilia and you had to, you know, go to old timers and find it in their attics from a million years ago. But it doesn't work that way anymore. Every time a record is set, and it seems like Tom Brady sets a record every 20 minutes.
Sure.
They collect that memorabilia on the spot. I mean, it exists. And there's guys like me and you and, you know, friend of the show, Craig, who will venture out together to see all of that at one time. And it needs a specific wing, and we'll take the Madden bus shuttle to get to it.
Yeah. As a lifelong sports fan, a lifelong sports homer, I'm kind of surprised I haven't been to any sports Hall of Fame. I just thought about it just now because I wanted to give some kind of perspective, like all of Tom Brady's Super Bowls and great wins and amazing victories and controversial topics. He probably already has his own wing, right?
I mean, even if he does, it's not like in an official capacity.
Not organized,
so, no.
Into the official Tom Brady wing, sponsored by Autograph in FTs and TB12 and
And I want a little clear like box right outside of it. You can put your, $1 or $5 donation that goes in to help whatever charity that they've specifically picked for that part of it. That to me is the thing.
Let kids in sub-Saharan Africa have Uggs.
Again with the Uggs. I don't even know if they're still a sponsor of Tom Brady.
They will be forever in my mind.
Did you almost go Boston on that in your hat? Is
In
that
my
where you're
hat.
going? Yeah. Tom Brady keeps my hat warm, like his Uggs keep his feet warm. And you're like, what? Are you?
And
are you doing a
Tommy two
commercial?
taps.
Craig in the live stream says Tommy didn't need to say anything to New England. He already did when he left. Fred is correct. I'm not hurt or feel slighted whatsoever. I already feel thanked for my lifelong support to him and the team. Spoiled with 6 Super Bowls, and that's the thing
There it
too.
is.
Yeah, Craig's on that level where he calls him Tommy.
Yeah.
Like that's the connection. That is more important than an Instagram goodbye. It's not a slight, I'm telling you. It's just name the girlfriend before Giselle Bundchen. Name her. Can't do it because he don't go back.
Jessica Biel.
Is that correct?
I don't know. I think it is.
I'll have to Google it.
I think he's Eskimo Brothers with Jeter on that one.
Was he also outside Rihanna's house crying this morning whenever she announced the news that she's pregnant? Is it that kind of thing?
That's very weird.
Did you see all that? Like all these people?
Yes.
Tara Reid? Okay. This is actually Bridget Moynihan. I don't know who that is. She was in Sex and the City, iRobot, Blue Bloods. No clue. You ever heard of her?
Yes.
Is she famous? She has to be famous.
She's very famous. And she is very pretty.
She looks very pretty.
Very pretty.
Tara Reid, to me, is a very exciting one because she's, like, depending on what side of the bed she wakes up on, either the prettiest or, well, an absolute train wreck. I don't know. There's, like, no in between.
Yeah, she goes Lindsay Lohan pretty fast. It's a slippery scale.
Lindsay Lohan actually took the Tara Reid manual on how to do it, and she was like, oh, I should study this. This is for me, Tara Reid.
But she treated it like Tom Brady treated his career. Like she really went into it. She really
the greatest of all time.
Really leaned into it.
Her in those Shark Tornado movies, there's a level of brilliance there that needs to be laughed at. That's why I'm saying Anchorman's the best, because that's what we ended up with Shark Tornado movies.
I mean, you could just say Sharknado. It's okay. It's got a way better ring to it, and that's the actual title of the movie. Just say Sharknado.
It's a Shark Tornado movie. It's a fun fact about Bridget Moynihan. Her and Tom Brady have a son. So there you go.
Aw.
Yeah. Pointed out by a friend of the show, Craig. Not so bad. One last segment on Tom Brady, and then we're going to move on to NFL. There's some stuff going on in the coaching world that's kind of exciting. But I will give my final thoughts. Van, you will give yours. And then Michael's just going to be about respect and admiration because that's the way he views the game.
You better have some good troll material.
Yeah, he better be real good about how Aaron Rodgers is about to wear number 12
he's going to Denver.
down in Tampa Bay. Okay, like you know that. You don't know that. Figure that out. Big thank you to New Mexico Pinion Coffee, who they allow me to start every day with a little pep in my step, Van.
Yeah, buddy.
Are you still doing the Keurig, or you're grinding, aren't you?
I'm a grinder.
Grinding?
I don't got a Keurig. You know how big of a hippie I am? I can't live with throwing away all those cups.
You get the refillables.
I have a drip and I have a French press. And I always have New Mexico Pinion whole bean dark that I grind myself fresh.
That is
2 men on.
New Mexico Pinion. Do they K-cup it or no?
They have everything.
Yes.
Everything you can
they have
order.
it all.
Really?
They have like industrial packs, like restaurant size packs, every size bag you could think of.
They had a K-cup right here in the studio.
Yeah, I
Well,
took a
I'll tell
tour.
you what, Mikey, now that you can't drink Cokes anymore, I'll bring you some New Mexico Pinion coffee.
I got a bunch of
Sweet.
K-Cups in the cabinet. As soon as I get through my corporate COVID quarantine, write that down. Put that on a thing. That's a good
Okay.
one.
I'm gonna write it right underneath. Van wants a mini cow. Bring Mikey K-Cups.
Such a smart program. We're doing so well.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when we get back. 2 men on 95.9 FM, AM 610, the sports animal.
If New Year calls for more hiring, check out Indeed, the all-in-one hiring platform that makes it easy to attract, screen, and interview candidates all in one place. Sponsor your first job post today after visiting Indeed.com/credit. This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
Traffic this afternoon, westbound on Paseo, real problem spot this afternoon. We got slowdowns beginning at I-25. They're going to
Tell you what, I love peanut M&Ms that you bring in. That is sweet.
Jefferson between Ellison and Osuna. I-40
Peanut M&Ms, that's the best when you bring those in.
University Cores. And north of the city, I-25 at La Bajada Hill, there's a rollover crash there, and that is causing slowdowns in that area.
Construction on east and westbound.
I can still have it, but you know what? When you bring me the non-sugar, those are horrible, so don't bring those anymore.
Will oversee the project, and Mountain State.
I had to give it to one of the.
Free Powerades and Gatorades, you just hate those?
Yeah. Now the doctor told me I could have Powerades. That's because that's no issue.
Accident. Call the traffic tracker.
That's cool. So I got one, and I'll show you.
Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Visit any of their stores today or shop online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
I'm Maggie Gray with the CBS Sportsman.
I'll be gone for a couple of months, so you know I won't drink that.
East for 19 years. Pure torture. The Bills, Jets.
I'm just kidding. Meaning that I don't want to come back if you're going to bring that to work.
Year. Enjoy retirement, Tom. We respected you as much as we despised you. I'm Maggie Gray.
I tried those. I never liked it.
We all know the soothing scent of Vicks Vapo Rub, the comforting scent families everywhere have come to trust.
Phil's the man here. See, you got to see what Phil gets, and this is my favorite soda, so you got to bring it once, and I'll even pay for it.
Vapo Rub has always been there. It always made you feel better, and today still does. Reach for Vicks Vapo Rub and wrap yourself with the calm and soothing relief only Vicks Vapo Rub can bring. Vicks Vapo Rub, trusted soothing vapors, there for you.
It's not easy.
Really?
Everyone counts on to keep the facility running, no matter the weather.
The Sunkist, this is the best in the world.
Buffalo and Maria in Miami, Jules in Minneapolis, and Stan in Central Indiana, taking control of everything that's under your control. At Grainger, we're
that sounds good.
Experienced branch staff at over 250 locations, so you get the product you're looking for. Call.
That sounds really good.
Or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The sport of what I love Mr. Pibb, but I can't find it. Do they make it anymore?
1947, Jackie Robinson broke the major league color barrier when he joined the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Certainly baseball has grown, and we're quite proud of the role that we played in it.
Every year on April, all MLB teams celebrate
downtown or no?
Honor this civil rights pioneer. We salute Jackie Robinson during
I like the Jaritos.
Meantime, baby. The matchup is set. Bengal.
Out of the gun. Mahomes, a deep drop. Has time. Looks for the home.
You know what? I like Jaritos.
Off the deflection ball.
The watermelon. The watermelon kind of so good.
Check the Garoppolo as it was spinning.
At 505 Central, they have it.
Bengals, Rams. Right here. This is New Mexico's home for Super Bowl 56. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
New year, new you. How about New Year, old you? Wouldn't that be great? Well, it can be. Hey, it's Jeff Symbieta. And guys, if you're dealing with some very natural things like being tired way too often, maybe you put on a few too many pounds or even erectile dysfunction, then yes, it would be really cool to reclaim the old you, wouldn't it? You can. Call Newmail at 505-652-1688 or visit newmail.com. That's NUMALE.com and feel better. That's what Newmail does. They take care of these things for guys all over the country with industry-leading, cutting-edge testosterone replacement. Look, as you age, there's a very real chance you're going to be affected by these things. There's nothing to be ashamed of, and feeling like you again could be as close as a phone call and an appointment. Call Newmail at 505-652-1688. They're right here in Albuquerque. The process is comfortable and easy. And guys, what's really important It works. The results are real, and men everywhere are benefiting. Take care of you. Call NewMail at 652-1688 or visit newmail.com and feel better.
This hour of Two Men On brought to you by Bernalillo County DWI Prevention. Go to burncode.gov for more information.
I'm here at the Big Game headquarters, Total Wine and More, stocking up for the big celebration. The perfect bourbon, local craft beer.
Forgetting something?
Oh, yeah. Cabernet, seltzers.
The day after is Valentine's Day.
Whoa, new game plan.
You got this. Total Wine can help you score the perfect bubbly, too.
Thank you. I would have been.
You sure would have.
Total Wine and More. Pickup and delivery available. Drink responsibly. B21.
The Rocket Mortgage Super Bowl Square
30
is back. Every score change will draw one winner from the square to win $50,000. Plus, 2 grand prize winners will win $500,000 they could use toward their dream home. Get in the game for free at RocketMortgageSquares.com. Rocket Mortgage, official mortgage sponsor of Super Bowl 56.
No purchase necessary. Legal residence of the 50 U.S. and D.C. of age. Majority ends 11/11/22. Equal housing lender. Licensed offer to states. NMLS number 3030. The NFL entities have not offered to sponsor this promotion in any way.
Wednesday on the opening drive, a game-changing hire for the Minnesota Vikings? Question mark. What's the next big move at the quarterback position in the
Here we go.
The opening drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck starts at 7 a.m.
Is that better?
All right, I got my final thoughts, man, on Tom Brady. He's the greatest of all time.
Okay.
Can't argue it.
Nope.
Some of his records will be passed. The game has just changed. That is what that is. Total touchdowns will be passed. Passing yards will be passed. I think those things will get overrun. But the thing we will see overrun the quickest will be over the next 2 seasons when Aaron Rodgers goes to Tampa and wins 2 Super Bowls in a row, and he takes that accolade away from Tom Brady.
Well, it makes total sense. You don't even need to print new jerseys.
Mm-mm.
You just got to put Rodgers on top of Brady.
Also, Aaron Rodgers really needs this because Aaron Rodgers has been number 2 for literally ever.
Well, I would say
and
like
this is
3 or 4.
You think he's number 3?
All time? Or like, well, he's number 1 undisputed now that Brady's gone.
This is the first time ever, though. He's never been number 1.
Yeah.
There's always been a guy.
Yeah, he's always been first tier, but never 1A.
I would say now, 1A is generous to him. And this is his chance to be 1 standalone. And he's only got about 2 years to do it because Burrow and Hubbard are going to take him.
Apparently, our mics were hot all commercial, Mikey. And everyone got to listen to us talk about snacks.
Oh,
okay. Cool. Let's not do that in the future. Let's make sure I'm not venting about something
By
loaded.
the way, there's no way, and I have a witness here, there's no way that was over the air.
From the live chat,
okay,
absolutely, it was over the air.
It's 100% over the air.
Was it really?
Because people during the commercial break knew what we were talking about. Peanut M&Ms and Jarritos. Yeah.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
It was PG. It wasn't R.
Thank God. When is it ever PG on the commercials?
Hey, especially with you guys.
This
I
is
gotta
the
watch
first
you
time
guys.
ever we had a PG conversation during commercials. Thank God that's the one they put on air.
We're talking about food, so there's nothing wrong there. Okay.
Well, and
back to
I
you.
got up during the break to grab some cheese and crackers because I'm an addict and I wasn't here to participate. But we sign off on, okay, here's more. There's more of it.
Okay, yeah.
So, yeah, there's
luckily
lots of feedback now.
Luckily, it was cute outtake action.
Yeah, according to the live chat. And the thing that is so funny about this is Inside Baseball for the friends of the show and everyone that tunes in regularly. We sign a thing like every other week that is like, the microphone is dangerous. The microphone is hot. Like always do the right thing.
Yeah.
Like never mess up.
Well, if we made people hungry out there, so be it.
The commercial break that you let slip and put on air was like, if Quentin Tarantino did all Quentin Tarantino movies and then made one Disney movie, that's the one you saw. So your whole life, you think that Quentin Tarantino does Disney movies because of the one commercial break that you aired. We were talking about M&Ms and Jarritos.
So you know what we like and what you don't like. So
Oh my
hopefully we made
goodness.
you hungry.
Oh,
That won't
fun
happen
to-
again. That's the Disney version of our show.
Well,
Okay.
and this is a classic Phil mess around. You know, we've been saying this the whole time since we've been here, since Phil's been part of the team.
That's exactly what Vital's going to do tomorrow. When
Oh yeah,
is that new kid Phil? He
yeah.
just left
Can't
it
believe
on.
probably leaned up against the board. Who knows?
Blame
You
him.
know,
I was
something-
in the toilet.
I
I would
told him
never-
I told him it was audition, not program.
Well,
Yeah, and also inside baseball for the listener, they have no idea what that means. But I mean, congratulations to Phil on his first and last day on the program.
Yeah.
Very exciting to him.
Maybe my last. Ay.
Is Phil just manning phones?
No, he's just hanging out here, and we're just going through everything and checklist and what
Fro-
to do and not to do, which is what I did in the break. So
From the texter from Robert Gibson. Thank goodness I wasn't there
Yes.
because
Me and Robert's commercial breaks are wildly different.
the beginning of the show is the Major League Baseball batting announcement. That's how we do the show. Robert is the leadoff hitter in lewd comedy. Robert he's literally Bob Saget. You think Robert is Danny Tanner, but Robert is really Bob Saget.
Sure.
It would not have been healthy. It would not have been good.
Okay, I'm putting this under the notes.
How do we say that to the NFL when we go to the Super Bowl?
I'm going to scratch out bring Mikey K-Cups because of his utter failure back there.
Yes.
No more.
And I'm going to put bring Mikey more Powerade Zero. Because that's what started the whole conversation. He's like, hey, man, don't bring me any of those Powerade Zeros. They are garbage. And I was like, well,
they are garbage.
We got 1 minute. We got 1 minute to get out, guys.
I'm trying to help your doctor's orders here and not be an enabler and bring you Cokes every day.
You're not going to get Samoas, Michael, with this kind of behavior.
Yeah.
I am banished from your show.
It's all I hear is Phil in the background just laughing.
Phil, are you taking good notes back there? Because you're on deck tomorrow.
Phil, yeah. Every time Fred goes clean feed, you know what? Just move Phil into the number 2 seat. Just give Phil my seat, and they're just like, forget it.
You want to produce?
Yeah, way safer this way. Congrats to Aaron Rodgers on moving to Tampa Bay. That's going to be good for him. Oh,
we
thank you to Dave & Buster's.
Follow up on that later.
Thank you to John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy for allowing us to have the studio. Top of the hour when we get back. 2 men on 95.9 and 610 AM, the Sports Animal.
This report is brought to you by Lobo Basketball.
Lobo Basketball is back.
What are you saying? I'm sorry.
This basketball team returns to the
I can hear you now.
on February 2nd, and they're right back in action on February.
The audience cannot hear you.
Tickets are
I
available.
don't know how that happened. I really don't.
We'll see you there.
Yeah, because that's just weird, right? Right, Phil? That's weird.
Crash cleanup going on southbound Jefferson.
You know why? Because I forgot. I thought there was only one guy and there was two, and you were up. Sorry.
Westbound on Pacific.
I've never done that before, so that's weird.
All the way down to Coors. North of the city, I-25 at La Bajada Hill. There's a rollover crash there. That's causing delays. And back here in town, westbound on I-40, University to Coors, moving very slow.
Youths who operate off-highway vehicles on public lands must always wear an approved safety helmet and safety goggles, be supervised by an adult, and carry a safety permit showing successful completion of an OHV safety class. For more information, visit beforeyouride.com. This report brought to you by the New Mexico Department of Game and Fish.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Visit any of their stores today or shop online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKO.
That's crazy. I don't know how that's happening now.
Right today. Get it done the Daniels way. Daniels Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
Imagine living in total comfort this winter with warm, clean, healthy air. The Halo LED actively seeks out and removes dust, dander, germs, odors, allergens, mold, and is proven to kill 99.9% of viruses in the air and even on surfaces. Keep your family breathing healthy and happy. Call Daniels today at 898-8860. 898-8860.
Is the clutter in your closet causing you unnecessary frustration? The organizing experts at Albuquerque Cabinet Brokers know a tidier home has transformative effects, returning control over your life. Our friendly team will transform your closet into one that's unique, luxurious, and yet affordable. Visit acbrokers.net or call 345-4331 to schedule your free consultation today. Albuquerque Cabinet Brokers, your happiness is our business. Closets, pantries, and storage solutions. Visit acbrokers.net for information.
What's all the buzz about nasal irrigation and navage? And should I try it? Here's the science. Airborne germs invade through your nose. It's the body's air filter for trapping allergens and viruses. When your nose gets clogged, it's less effective and germs multiply. Eventually, your immune system can get overwhelmed and you get sick. Nasal irrigation is an effective, all-in-one way to clean your nose. It's not a drug. It's more like plumbing. Saline goes in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and germs. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. It's the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls out the bad stuff so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. At Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart, or go to Navage.com for a free gift with purchase. Over 2 million sold. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
K240BL Albuquerque is 95.9 FM, AM 610 KNML Albuquerque.
The sports animal.
Proud to be a Cumulus media station, even if they're not that proud of us.
Now betting for the sports animal, your afternoon drive. Number 2, Men On, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Robert Buck D. Gibson.
This is 2 Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
All right, Van Allen, top of the hour. I hate to do it. I'm going to do it.
What up?
We gotta get away from Tom Brady for at least a minute.
Aw.
I know.
I got 2 more segments of Tom.
I have at least 2 more.
Could always do it tomorrow.
So you were telling me that the hotness was this Flores cat from Miami.
Yeah.
Turns out that was a lie.
Yeah, apparently there's some collusion going on in the NFL not to hire him. And Brian Flores noticed immediately and opens up a class action lawsuit against the NFL. Like, hey, anybody else a victim of the NFL, join me. And he'll probably get the Saints job anyways.
This is all blown out because of a Bill Belichick text message. Did you see the
Yep.
did you see the screenshot?
I sure did.
So, Bill Belichick says to Brian Flores, "Sounds like you've landed. Congrats." Flores says, "Did you hear something I didn't hear?" Belichick says, "The Giants." Flores says, "I interview on Thursday. I think I have a shot at it." Belichick says, "Got it. I hear from Buffalo and New York Giants that you are their guy. Hope it works out for you if you wanted to." Flores then says, "That's definitely what I want. I hope you're right, Coach. Thank you." Coach, are you talking to Brian Flores or Brian Dayball?
Yeah.
Just making sure. Bill Belichick says, "Sorry, I expletive this up. I double-checked and I misread the text. I think they're naming this Dayball guy. I'm sorry about that. BB." Bill Belichick, he puts his initials on text like someone who would do that.
Like a 70-year-old.
And then Flores says, "Thanks, BB." Oh,
Whoops.
God. This
Hey,
is just bad.
How appropriately timed was this commercial after that commercial break snafu we just had?
Also, he's reporting that Miami was trying to pay him, Stephen Ross, the owner of the Dolphins, had offered to pay him $100,000 for purposely catching L's in the 2019 season to help the team get a better draft spot. And that Ross was upset when Flores' Bois kept winning.
Yeah. $100,000 an L is a lot.
Yeah. Do you know how many you can end up getting? Well, a lot.
16, I think. 16.
I mean, like technically 16.
That year, 16. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Scorched earth.
Yeah, and he also said he was used as a pawn for the Rooney Rule in interviews.
Also, it looks to me that I also just saw a screenshot of a text from Bill Belichick to Tom Cruise congratulating him on his 22 years in the NFL and retiring.
That's good. That's good stuff.
Oh, gosh. I cannot imagine the NFL being like, you know what we need? We just need like a boomer like Bill Belichick just really screwing this thing all up. You know who's not going to do this? McVay. You know who's not going to do this? Well, I mean, really, anyone under 40?
People who grew up with a cell phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's basic stuff.
Do you know how many accidental texts I've ever sent to my life? It's probably 0.
It's super close to 0. And you don't know how many accidental texts I've received? It's literally 0 because everyone's phone only has one van in it, except for sports people in Albuquerque who have 2 vans.
Like me.
No one else has 2 vans in their phone besides sports people in Albuquerque. That's it.
Texting me earlier today, friend of the show, friend in real life, athletic director at the University of New Mexico, Eddie Nunez. Also in my phone.
Yeah.
Very good personal friend of mine, broadcaster for Western University here in the state, Ed Nunez.
Yeah.
I've never even accidentally texted them.
And then your favorite tortillero, Eduardo.
Ah,
so you got 3 of them.
Thank you.
3 Ed Nunez is in there.
How do you write a headline for this? Like, all right, so we're doing the show, right? We got to do a teaser. We got to do a teaser for tomorrow, right? So we're doing a 10-second teaser for tomorrow, and it goes like this. Fast finger Bill Belichick brings down racism in the NFL with an accidental tweet. Like what? Like what? How is that the headline?
Whoops. Looks like we have a new MLK in the NFL.
Yeah. Clint Eastwood enthusiast Bill Belichick accidentally brings down racism in the NFL. More at 10 off his blundered text. Like that's the story here. Because I have 0 surprise that there's collusion. I have 0 surprise that there's tanking. I have 0 surprise that it's a good old boys club running it. But now you pulled like a Washington Commanders and you really screwed this thing up.
I mean, is Colin Kaepernick that erased from people's minds already that there's no collusion in the NFL when it comes to this stuff? Get out of here. Of course it still exists. Like, oh, I'm an old billionaire. I really learned my lesson last time.
I hate that my old friend Tom Brady, who now hates my stinking guts, retired after 22 years in the 9 o'clock hour East Coast to catch the most like momentum and attention all day long. I tell you what, I'm going to expose racism in the NFL. Watch this. That's Bill Belichick.
Well, I mean, Tom Brady couldn't let Big Ben have one day in the news. So maybe Bill Belichick is trying to not let Tom Brady have a day in the news by exposing racism in the NFL.
Love that.
Nobody cares about you anymore, Tom Brady. Bill Belichick fixed racism with his fat thumbs.
Also, who just saves people by their first name only?
It's just Bill? Or no, it would have just been Brian, right?
Yeah, you don't even know who.
No, it's just Coach Brian.
Yeah.
It's like, you know how many Coach Brians you have on your staff, by the way? You can't just put Coach Brian in your phone.
Also, you know what he used to do probably? So it was Coach Brian, but then he had a dolphin emoji next to it.
Smart.
But when he got fired, he deleted the dolphin, and then it got real confusing.
Wrong
had
Coach
to be
Brian.
Had to be the whole thing. God. Oh, man.
Is this Brian Bosworth? Bill, no, it's not. Of course it's not.
This is not the boss.
Wait, do you have his number?
I mean, because
I would also like to. I would like to talk to him. By the way.
And hear me out. Why are the Giants allegedly or like in a roundabout way conversing with Bill Belichick on who they should hire? That doesn't make any sense to me.
So I was texting with Emmy Award winner Bryan Cranston, and apparently he's the new coach of the Giants. What was that? I was wrong. Oh, it's not Bryan Cranston. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry.
Is it we had that kid that I always thought was a little bit better than Tom Brady, Brian Hoyer. Is Brian Hoyer and you're like, no, it's not. It's not freaking Brian
Put
Hoyer.
last names in your phone, Bill.
Everyone.
So much easier.
Literally everyone.
We're on to Cincinnati.
Anybody
Yeah.
could make this mistake. I mean, how many Bryans do you have in your phone?
Mhm.
I have 137.
Is this East St. Louis alum and former NFL linebacker Brian Cox? Is this who's like what? Why are you referencing East St. Louis when you talk about him? Well, he's just.
I was like, no, Bill, this is famous actor Brian Cox. You got the wrong Brian again.
Oh gosh!
How do you keep getting the wrong Brians?
Because he was in Mission Impossible with Tom Cruise. It all makes sense now. It all lines
Bill
up.
Belichick texts Tom Hardy. He's like, hey, congratulations on Impossible 7. He's like, this is Tom Hardy. And like he's in a group text with every Tom he knows. He's like,
of course. He doesn't want to screw
Tom
it up.
Hanks is like, dude, I just finished
Yeah.
making Da Vinci Code 7. Like, wrong guy.
Yeah, he's like, which one of you is Spider-Man? It's me, sir. It's me, Tom Holland. Yippee! Tom Holland, I imagine, does Mario sounds when he jumps. 100,000 for an L. Stephen Ross knows the game. There's no way I'm going to work for Stephen Ross.
Who is he going after?
Literally no one, right?
Well, that would have been the play Porrance for Lawrence year, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, what are they going to do for their head coach, though?
From the texter, Boston sports super fan Craig says Belichick has a son named Brian. So there's another Coach Brian. There's more Brians.
The Rooney Rule, when implemented, excellent in theory.
Sure.
In theory. In practice, insanely abused.
Whoever still has openings, I think Eric Bieniemy is going to get a couple now that the Chiefs season is over.
He can go. But I'm like, what I'm saying is, though, who wants to go down and work for Ross in Miami? Like, and let's use like McDaniel as an example, where it's like now that if you do it the right way, because Josh McDaniel 10 years ago wasn't ready to be an NFL coach. I assure you right now he is. I don't. Go ahead.
If the Dolphins organization is looking for a coach to lose on purpose, I could just text them Pete Rose's number right now. Like, if you just want to lose, just hire Pete Rose and let him start gambling again. What's the big deal? You take a lot of L's.
Also, no offense to Brian Flores. I know we got to go to break, Michael. I'm sorry. If you're giving me Cleo Lemon as a quarterback and you're offering me $100,000 every time I take an L, I'm running a lot of Wildcat. I'm not interested in winning. And you know me, I don't love winning. I love money. Like, these guys, they love money. Like, don't be confused. It's about the money.
Well, when you already have a bunch of money, it's about winning, isn't it? Why would you stay there?
No. It's only about the money.
Okay, i.e. Tom Brady.
I believe there's a number that would make Tom Brady stay.
I don't think so.
When we get back, we'll break that down a little bit more. We are obviously at O'Neill's on Thursday. Come out and see your boys in Nob Hill. And get ready for our wiffle ball and dodgeball league starting at the Electric Playhouse in March. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
When dignity matters most, give us a call. We'll take the if out of life. What if you live? What if you linger? What if you leave? What's your legacy? Call 858-GATEWAY. That's 858-GATEWAY.
This report brought to you by Gateway Insurance.
Traffic getting better this evening. We still have a couple of problem spots. Westbound on Paseo, we're still seeing slowdowns from Jefferson into Coors, and I-40 westbound interchange to Rio Grande still moving slow. Things open back up after that. I-25, though, moving well in both directions. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Visit any of their stores today or shop online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
32 teams started the NFL season, and now there are 2 teams left. The Cincinnati Bengals.
There he is to the end zone. He comes down with it.
The Los Angeles Rams.
He's wrapped up. He flips it forward. It's tipped. It's intercepted. It's intercepted. It's intercepted.
This is New Mexico's home for Super Bowl 56. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
John Thomas Jewelers is going to make this Valentine's Day easy for the guys. With any jewelry purchase of only $199 or more, you get a dozen red roses and a box of chocolates absolutely free. Wait till you see the look on her face when you give her 3 gifts this year. Come experience jewelry shopping in a whole new way and see why we were voted best jeweler in Albuquerque by the Albuquerque Journal. John Thomas Jewelers on the 3rd floor of the Lewis University building or at johnthomasjewelers.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Susan, I'm sorry I'm late. Traffic is terrible.
It sure is. But on top of that, gas prices have been skyrocketing. I can't believe how expensive gas has gotten recently.
Prices at the pump are up, but I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Get Upside Gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside app?
Yes, up to 25 cents a gallon cash back every time I buy gas.
And does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make $200 to $300 this year.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to save up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code TIME for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon on your first fill up. You can cash out anytime to your bank account, PayPal, or any gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code TIME for up to 50 cents a gallon cash back on your first tank. That's code TIME.
Valentine's is Monday, February 14th. Say I love you early with flowers from People's Flowers. People's Flowers carries a stunning selection of classic fresh cut roses and variety of beautiful floral arrangements. Place your order early and have your arrangement delivered early so your loved one can enjoy them all through the holiday. Shop in-store at any of People's Flowers' 4 locations. People's delivers locally or around the world. Shop today. Flowers say it all. People's makes the difference.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays at 1.
Identity, you have none. What's your personnel look like?
95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
And you're up. I'm very oppo YouTube. I just want to go on the record with that. They're to me the very bottom. They're Dave Matthews bad. Today has been a personal attack against me, my values, and people I care about. Also, if this is Coldplay, I don't know the difference.
That sounds like YouTube. It's YouTube.
That's YouTube. I know it because before I moved here to New Mexico, I thought it went uno, dos, tres, catorce.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
1, 2, 3, 14, you idiot.
I did not know.
You didn't know at the time. You had no idea. Did
you know how much Spanish I've ever spoke?
Did you know how ridiculous that was until you moved to Albuquerque? You're like, hey, I've heard that catorce word before. What does that mean anyway?
The first time I knew that wasn't correct, we were at a New Mexico United game, and they were doing a count to like everyone cheering at once, and they were like uno, dos, tres, cuatro, and I was like,
wait,
man, that's obviously wrong, Van. And you
It's
were like, what?
Are you sure thousands of people didn't get it wrong all at the same time, Van? Is that what you're saying?
And I'm trying to explain it to Van. I'm like, no, it's quartercy or whatever, because I don't know the word, because I'm like, I'm not English. I don't listen to you too. I obviously don't speak Spanish. So I'm like, it's, and Van's like, are you trying to quote you too? I'm like, I need you to not belittle me right now.
Yeah.
My understanding is to count to 10. It's uno, dos, tres, catorce.
Because he didn't know the rest of the, he didn't know how
I
to
don't-
pronounce the rest of the numerals in Spanish.
All
It's
right.
also in
All right.
Italian catorce too.
All right, have Phil do this. Phil, take all the DMB out. No more Dave Matthews Band. Take all the U2 out. Add that Faith song by Faith Hill, or Breathe song.
Ooh,
I want that one in.
No.
You want it in or out?
I don't know. You said it was good.
We want to
Oh,
ride
I
with the
forgot.
jewels, right?
It's good
That
when like,
song.
yeah, we're gonna run them
The
jewels,
what?
bruh.
Running Jewels?
Yeah, that's better. Not Faith Hill. No,
cool,
no.
After they botched the Spanish on that song, they were gonna change their name to Tu Tambien, but they decided just to stick with U2.
What's U2 Tambien?
That means like just literally means you too, or you also. It's
That's
okay. No more Spanish
just-
jokes for Fred. It's okay. That's
You
for,
too.
that's for you, loyal listener. That's for you,
I thought-
Barqueño.
I thought it was an English version of bingo. Had no idea what it was.
Well, I mean, it would be B2 because the number 2 would be in the B section, but that's okay.
I mean, maybe it's maybe it's not bingo. Maybe it's ungo. Do whatever they
Wingo?
want out there. I don't care. All right, here's a statement from Brian Flores. Quote, God has gifted me with a special talent to coach the game of football, but the need for change is bigger than my personal goals. In making the decision to file the class action complaint, I understand that I may be risking coaching the game I love. Brian Flores is trying to get in that Kaepernick level. Brian Flores is trying to do the right thing, and he's going to end up catching it the wrong way from the NFL, because these good old boys are not going to waver, and we're going to have a lot of fresh John Gruden emails tomorrow.
Is Byron Leftwich on paper yet? I don't think
I believe-
Byron Leftwich. They've both agreed that he was going to be the coach, but I don't think it's on paper yet. I think Shad Khan, who has thrown his middle finger up to the NFL a couple times, would love to have Brian Flores as a coach and throw the middle finger up to the NFL. But he might be the only one.
According to Pro Football Talk, still finalizing.
Who would throw their middle finger up?
Shad Khan.
Shad Khan or
Shad Khan.
R.I.P. Al Davis. Like
Shaka Khan.
those are the only two guys who have stood up to NFL owners
Ever. Shad Khan's about to have the team too. Like I know obviously I'm a Jaguars guy and like I'm a hype guy and all of that, but that's about to be the one. They got the quarterback. They now have the right head coach and principal, and they have the team that's not on the field. They got the front office. They got everyone who gives a damn, and they're going to be the ones moving forward. And will they be able to capture as many fans as New England did for those 20 years? Probably not. That's not generous. But will they be able to be the example for the class? That's what I think Jacksonville is the example for the class.
Well, they have a chance. They have a chance to do it. I mean, look at the Peyton Manning turnaround.
Yep.
His first to second year. I mean, from double-digit losses to double-digit wins in 1 year. Trevor Lawrence has that skill set that he could do it. Shad Khan has the money. They got a way better front office than they had a few years ago. They got money to spend. They got tons of draft picks. Like, it's only looking up for them.
Who doesn't have an NFL head coach yet?
Vikings are talking to Harbaugh. The Saints don't have anybody yet.
So it's got to be New Orleans then. So it's got to be, because you don't go to Minnesota, because you go to Minnesota to die. Minnesota is just not ran well. It's not a good organization. They don't really get it. New Orleans is in trouble. New Orleans is going to have a couple bad seasons. But here's the thing about Brian Flores. He knows how to win with crappy players.
Yeah. Did it
And
for years in Miami.
for years. And he's going to show up and change the culture down there. But I'm telling you, I want Brian Flores worse than I want anyone. Brian Flores, to me, if you got a player that is like, hey, I just, I don't know if I want to show up a little bit early for practice. I don't know if I want to do the extra rep. I don't know if I want to spend the extra time, on the playbook or the iPad or however the kids are doing it now. Brian Flores is a guy who, to me, because of this one move, is not afraid to lead. And you just got to put a ton of trust on it. And especially calling out like John Elway. Like, I don't know if you saw, did you see the snippet in the lawsuit where he said in 2019 when he interviewed in Denver that the day of the interview in Denver, the general manager, John Elway, the chief executive officer, Joe Ellis, and others showed up over an hour late to the meeting, completely disheveled and obvious they had been drinking heavily the night before. It was clear from the substance of the interview that Mr. Flores was interviewed only because of the Rooney Rule.
Oof. He said that wasn't the only time either.
No, and shortly after that, Vic Fangio was hired as the head coach of the Broncos, which obviously that's a white guy. And that's the thing here is John Elway to me is a little untouchable because he's got the name as the player, never really coached, that's fine, but then got immediately into being a president and general manager. And aren't the Broncos for sale now? Do I have that right?
Today.
So it's he's not afraid to go out there and say, hey, you got a team that is like in flux because of the ownership. Like, to me, that's wounded, right? You got a team that's not solidified. He's like, I'm gonna get that wounded one. I'm gonna go after it. He's like, because I got a lot of other examples, but this is the one I'm gonna name. And that's what stands out to me about Brian Flores, where it's like, this is very calculated.
Yeah, and good for him. Okay, I'm sorry you're probably not going to get a job unless it's in Jacksonville. But good for you on exposing this. Like, it took over 2 decades of racist allegations and bigotous allegations for the NFL to finally say, oh, God, all right, somebody's got to fall on the sword. How about this John Gruden guy?
Right.
He's not part of our club. He's been going against us for 2 decades. Let's make him fall on the sword. And it's not like it's going away immediately. Like, Colin Kaepernick, duh. John Gruden, duh. Brian Flores, duh. They're all falling on the sword for all these billionaire owners that are just trying to protect their interest.
Well, and don't act like Brian Flores is really in a tough spot, because let's say he doesn't end up in New Orleans. Let's say he doesn't end up in Minnesota, which, cool. I mean, 50-50, I don't know, maybe even worse. But how does Bill Belichick not give him a job running the offense now that Josh McDaniels just left for Las Vegas? Because like now you've done this thing in such a negative way where you can't not save this guy. But you know what? I thought that same thing about Kaepernick. I thought the NFL would save him.
There it is right there. You're having the Kaepernick argument. Because like the whole argument is like, hey, 5 or 10 teams would rather have Kaepernick as their quarterback. In worst case scenario, he is a wonderful backup. There's no reason that he should have ever been out of a job. And I think it's going to be the same thing with Brian Flores, because he's a great coach and he should have a head coaching job. Worst case scenario, he should be a coordinator somewhere. But now that he started this lawsuit, he's going to get blacklisted just like Kaepernick.
Do you think with the way he's like strategically identified ownership that it might not be that situation though? Because like if Stephen Ross already has that reputation in the NFL and he's like, hey, I can prove to you that he encouraged me to purposely lose, to tank, to game the system. Like I can prove that to you. Or with like Denver, where there is no ownership group proper right now, it's all in a flux or whatever. Like he's like, hey, I can attack that organization because it's not like there's really going to be a recoil there. And obviously the Giants are what the Giants are, and that's another conversation. But to me, it looks more dangerous than what I think it actually is.
No, I don't think so. No, I think that these guys are all going to have their own backs, except for Shad Khan. He's rogue. He doesn't care about what these old white billionaires think. He's going to do it. He's going to do what he wants to do.
Toyota bumpers.
So besides Shad Khan, everyone's going to be on the same page. And that's what you saw with John Gruden. That's what you saw with Colin Kaepernick. That's what you saw extrapolate over time. Everyone who was against Al Davis. Like there's tons of examples of the NFL versus one person, and it's going to be Brian Flores now.
Let's grab a break. When we get back, we'll dive some more into this and how some people just want to watch the world burn. 2 Men on 95.9 FM AM 610, the sports animal.
Make this year the best Valentine's Day ever.
Well, it's Valentine's Day, sugar.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Love you.
You can win $250 to John Thomas Jewelers. Beautiful flowers from People's Flowers. Delicious Valentine's Day candy from the Candy Lady. And a champagne tasting for two at Gruet. Register and get your name on the winners list right now at sportsanimалabq.com.
Happy Valentine's.
New year, new you. How about new year, old you? Wouldn't that be great? Well, it can be. Hey, it's Jeff Symbieta. And guys, if you're dealing with some very natural things like being tired way too often, maybe you put on a few too many pounds or even erectile dysfunction, then yes, it would be really cool to reclaim the old you, wouldn't it? You can. Call NewMail at 505-652-1688 or visit newmail.com. That's NUMALE.com and feel better. That's what NewMail does. They take care of these things for guys all over the country with industry-leading, cutting-edge testosterone replacement. Look, as you age, there's a very real chance you're going to be affected by these things. There's nothing to be ashamed of, and feeling like you again could be as close as a phone call and an appointment. Call NewMail at 505-652-1688. They're right here in Albuquerque. The process is comfortable and easy. And guys, what's really important, it works. The results are real, and men everywhere are benefiting. Take care of you. Call NewMail at 652-1688 or visit newmail.com and feel better.
I'm here at the Big Game headquarters. Total Wine and More, stocking up for the big celebration. The perfect bourbon, local craft beer.
Forgetting something?
Oh, yeah. Cabernet, seltzers.
The day after is Valentine's Day.
Whoa, new game plan.
You got this. Total Wine can help you score the perfect bubbly, too.
Thank you. I would have been.
You sure would have.
Total Wine and More. Pickup and delivery available. Drink responsibly. B21.
The Rocket Mortgage Super Bowl Square Sweepstakes is back. Every score change will draw one winner from the square to win $50,000. Plus, two grand prize winners will win $500,000 they could use toward their dream home. Get in the game for free at RocketMortgageSquares.com. Rocket Mortgage, official mortgage sponsor of Super Bowl 56.
No purchase necessary. Legal residents of the 50 U.S. and D.C. of age majority ends 11/11/22. Equal housing lender licensed all 50 states. NMLS number 3030. The NFL entities do not offer to sponsor this promotion in any way.
John Thomas Jewelers is going to make this Valentine's Day easy for the guys. With any jewelry purchase of only $199 or more, you get a dozen red roses and a box of chocolates absolutely free. Wait till you see the look on her face when you give her 3 gifts this year. Come experience jewelry shopping in a whole new way and see why we were voted best jeweler in Albuquerque by the Albuquerque Journal. John Thomas Jewelers on the 3rd floor of the Lewis University building or at johnthomasjewelers.com.
Talk sports with us. 95
to all you out there.
and AM 610, the sports animal.
Back on the program, Dan is live from the John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy Studio. I'm live at home. I'm on the corporate COVID wait list because I had an exposure to someone who was positive, but I've been negative every day, and I'm waiting for a PCR. So there you go.
Thank you for being so safe.
That's what it's about. You just follow the rules. And the person I was exposed to wore my mask the entire time. Like, I was very safe, keep my distance. You know how I am, Van.
Sure.
I don't play those games. From the live stream, Flores is a great coach. Hopefully he doesn't get blackballed by the NFL. No pun intended, obviously. Belichick could easily rehire him. Hopefully that happens if all opportunities dry up. I don't know the legalities about hiring someone during a lawsuit. Shad Khan would do it. Give you that for a fact. Give you that for a fact. Sean Khan would do it, and then he would fund your lawsuit from a proxy account outside of all business holdings and understandings that we knew of. I always a little bit thought that was Colin Kaepernick's problem too. You don't have the money to fight the NFL. You just can't. Shad Khan does.
Well, once you got the right lawyer who wanted to slap his name on it, knew that he was being done justice eventually, you don't need money.
Also, this is going to sound like libertarian Fred, like anarchy Fred, because I really don't know who's right here. but I have zero problem with anyone taking on the man. Like if you're like, hey, I got to punch up here.
Yeah.
I'm the biggest fan of people punching up.
Got your back.
100%.
Yep.
And then like if when you're punching up and your arms aren't quite long enough to hit God, I totally get that. Like you can't win them all. And maybe you're not right, but the effort to do it, I think it matters. I think it's important.
Being right's kind of important. That's a pretty important part.
Oh, it's 100% important, but I'm saying even like starting the conversation.
If you're punching up and you're in the right, guess who's got your back?
Every time. But also, I subscribe to like varying degrees of right. Like if Brian Flores is like, hey, here's 10 things I think are wrong, but like a ruling court is like, hey, actually, Brian, only 7 of those things are wrong, and 3 of them you just kind of took personal. I'm in on that.
Sure.
Like that I get. No one, you know this about me, no one feels slight more than I do. Like if I have a single motivator in my life that's allowed me to accomplish anything, it's based off slight. And if Brian Flores is feeling that, if Brian Flores is like, hey, I'm more qualified than anyone else named Brian going for any job in this NFL right now, and I'm not getting it based off of the Good Old Boys Club, let me go get the Good Old Boys Club.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll super pack $10 to you or whatever I got to do to help out.
I am once again asking for your financial support.
Also, Goodell is calling New Orleans, right? And he's like, hey, I know we've had like some hissies in the past.
Hey, remember how we gifted you that Super Bowl after Katrina? Calling it a favor.
You owe me. I'm not joking. Like, that's real.
For sure it's real.
Hey, I know things have been kind of struggling between us historically, guys, and I know I've hit you with some fines you didn't feel were fair. You know what? You know what? Forget the cap even. We'll fix that for you. Go ahead and hire that Brian Flores cat.
Hey, you know how God hates New Orleans? Roger Goodell doesn't. Throw me a bone
one.
here. Am I right?
That's very good. Tomorrow's headline, 100% though. Washington football team emails more, like it's going to be all day long. There'll be something. This is going to be a big distractor. And I don't think Tom Brady was used as a distraction for it. Because this came out just ever so slightly after Tom Brady this morning. But that just seems like a poor coincidence.
And Tom Brady, being such a big part of the NFL landscape, was accidentally part of this too. Because apparently Tom Brady wanted to go to Miami, allegedly, to shove it in New England's face twice a year, allegedly, but didn't want to go because it was Brian Flores who had the New England connection, allegedly. So then he went to Tampa Bay. But this is all alleged and speculation. He's never came out and said, yeah, I totally would have went to Miami if it wasn't for Brian Flores. Still tasted like Bill Belichick's breath a little bit.
Does it a little bit sound like a Seinfeld episode, though, where it's like Brian Flores interviews in New Orleans. He thinks it goes poorly. He decides to do scorched earth on everyone, but the New Orleans brass is like, that was a really good interview. I think we're going to hire this guy. And he ends up sabotaging the whole thing because he wanted to put 31 owners through the ringer, not counting Denver, and there's no other options left for him, but he would have been perfectly fine. He would have had the New Orleans job. That's not that far-fetched to me.
Or Harbaugh goes to Miami, and then he goes to University of Michigan. A little tradesy. I could see a bunch of 3-card Monty situations, especially in like the quarterback shuffle. The coaching shuffle and the quarterback shuffle, we've never seen an offseason like this before. It's going to be insane.
And, if we're talking just like business and entertainment, and we're not talking strictly NFL, how substantial would it be to Michigan to get a high-character individual in there right now?
Oh, my God, the highest.
The highest.
No one needs it worse.
Also, other side of that coin, we both know this. We work in a field that's like relatively highly competitive. And you hear from your circle, hey, you're the most talented. You're the best. You're like, you should have every opportunity in the world. Yeah. There's nothing you can't do. You know, because if that's Flores' circle around him and he's creating a narrative that's not factual, hard for me to say no to that. Hard for me to not know that could be part of the story.
Well, sure. I mean, this is day one. This
Yeah.
is all speculation.
Because if Uncle Luke's in his ear.
Yeah. Is Uncle Luke still relevant in Miami?
I don't know.
He's got to be, right?
It's got to be a Miami
He's
reference
gotta
there.
be.
Also, other side of this too. Like, and I'm just spitballing out possibilities here. Does Flores get like the treatment that Kaepernick got from like Nike? Does he get like, maybe he's not going to win the lawsuit against the NFL. Maybe he's not going to achieve that thing that would be a financial payoff, but that doesn't mean there won't be payoffs adjacent to that.
It's going to be really hard to prove. It's going to be way harder to prove than an accidental text message sent to the wrong person. Like, you think a 70-year-old's text message is like going to be admissible in court? How many times do you think Bill Belichick sent a text to the wrong person? I bet a lot.
I bet a lot.
It's not the first time.
And there's an understanding that you don't do what Brian Flores just did. Brian Flores knows he's not going to coach anymore. True or false?
False.
False.
He could just get a gig. He could still get a gig.
You're talking about college, not NFL.
NFL. Yeah, he could still get an NFL gig.
I don't know.
But it has to happen before this boils over in the media and people like us talk about it on day one. If the story grows and grows and grows to where it's the number one story behind Tom Brady retiring, then there's going to be some heads to roll. But if he can get a gig in the next couple days and put the kibosh on this lawsuit, then it just fades away. And X amount of time goes by and we completely forget about it.
I just don't know how you prove the intent behind anyone hiring or not hiring is racist. I understand the idea. I understand the sentiment. I just don't know how you prove it.
And that's really tough to do because if you go off of like national demographics, right? 15% of the country is black or associates with being black. That's the demographics of the whole country. That's not the demographics of the NFL.
90%.
90% is the NFL. So you would think your coaching staff needs to be representative of the players. So there should be way more black coaches than there are now. But if you're going as a country as a whole, then only 15% of the coaches should be black. But I mean, it's hard to get an exact like sociological number on what to do with this issue. Because I mean, who's to say, well, you know, after 1990 and we established that this was a problem, you had the Rooney rule, excuse me. They should have been hiring more and more and more people of color this whole time. But then again, like back to your point, who's to say who's the most qualified candidate?
And maybe I'm overthinking it. You know, because with the Rooney rule, you don't have to necessarily prove racism. You just have to prove that, like the Giants already had their Brian in mind,
right,
and only interviewed you.
Right.
Because in a normal process, you would stop. In a normal process, you'd be like, "That's our guy. Forget it. We don't have to keep going."
Right.
Okay.
But they already,
that's easier.
Apparently, from the text message, they already knew that Brian Daboll was their guy,
you win that one,
and then so you have to go through the motions and then interview a person of color like they did with Brian Flores with no intention whatsoever of giving him a shot.
Today's impromptu I-9 varsity in the next segment is the I-9 varsity of dumb rules.
Ooh, okay.
2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Discover thousands of dollars in new tax credits and your biggest refund guaranteed with Jackson Hewitt. Schedule an appointment with one of their tax pros to get a head start on your taxes. Go to jacksonhewitt.com to learn more and find a location near you. This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt.
I'm Andrew Perloff with a CBS Sports Minute. As expected, it's been a day to honor everything Tom Brady's achieved in his remarkable career. But it's funny, there are more than a few people who wonder if this is really it. For one, he's still amazing. There's also history. We've seen a few guys have tearful goodbyes and then come back. But for now, we'll take Brady's word. And we'll truly celebrate one of the great careers in NFL history. Maybe in the fall, we'll bring it back up that maybe Tom Brady isn't done for good. I'm Andrew Perloff.
Hiring for a job can be a job itself. Luckily, Indeed makes it easy to attract, screen, and interview candidates. Just sponsor a job and instantly receive a short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed fit your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Ready for an oil change? We can help get the right protection at the right price. Right now, you can get 5 quarts of Valvoline Daily Protection or Valvoline Max Life High Mileage Motor Oil with an STP oil filter for just $28.99. Visit one of our 6,000 stores or order from AutoZone.com for same-day store pickup or next-day delivery.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
The Winter Olympics are coming. 17 days of action, excitement, glory, and history in the making. Don't miss a single epic moment. The Winter Olympics, starting February 3rd on NBC and Peacock.
This hour of Two Men On brought to you by Bernalillo County DWI Prevention. Go to burncode.gov for more information.
Are you in the market to sell your firearm? Ron Peterson Firearms wants to talk to you. Ron Peterson Firearms is in the market to purchase all types of firearms, modern and antique. They'll buy one firearm or your entire collection. Rest assured that New Mexico's most trusted gun dealer is still buying all types of firearms, always at top dollar. Plus, Ron Peterson continues to offer transfers for firearms purchased online. If you've got something to sell or transfer, please call 505-260-4790 or email rpguns@att.net.
The cost of living seems to go up every year, but Comfort Dental still offers $19 exam and x-rays for new patients, a $185 value, payment due at time of service. Comfort Dental accepts Medicaid and most insurance plans. Comfort Dental branded dental practices are independent franchises, owned and operated by state-licensed general dentists. For dentist contact info, go to comfortdental.com. With locations in Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Santa Fe, we'll be there when you need us. Comfort Dental.
Today on Hey Culligan Smart Home, Smarter Water Softener. Here's Kevin.
Hey Culligan, can a smart water softener lift those heavy salt bags for me?
Kevin, it can.
Wait, it can?
Yep, the smart high-efficiency water
1 minute to everybody out there in Radio Land.
needs to be replaced, and they'll do it for you. So your water stays soft, and you stay away from lifting the bags.
I mean, I could.
KRP in Cincinnati. Did you hear that yesterday? Johnny Fever died.
Help you out with a free in-home water test with the local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
Hola, Carla speaking. Carla's Roofing Company always goes above and beyond.
She's excellent.
We heard about next week's forecast. She needs a new foreman to weather a storm of projects. You mean another full crew before Wednesday? Mira, Jose, can you work Wednesday? Indeed can help her hire great people fast. I need Indeed. Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Wednesday on the opening drive, a game-changing hire for the Minnesota Vikings? Question mark. What's the next big move at the quarterback position in the NFL? The opening drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck starts at 7 a.m.
Final segment of the program. It was a very good program today. Thank you to our very good friend Michael Vidal for making it all happen through the world of technology. Van, how was the John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy Studio today?
Lonely.
Oh, God, that's the dumbest answer.
All by myself.
Thank you to Dave and Buster's. Thank you to New Mexico Pinon Coffee. Thank you to I-9 Sports, who is the sponsor of today's I-9 Varsity, the Varsity of Dumb Rules. Thank you to O'Neill's, which will be live from on Thursday. Obviously, Electric Playhouse, who we started our wiffle ball and dodgeball leagues with in March. And then the YMCA of Central New Mexico, which I'm very excited to return to as soon as I get my negative COVID test. I'm so confident with the negative. I didn't want to say it out loud because that's a jinx, Van. That's a jinx.
Okay.
I'm currently feeling pretty good about it. Okay. Today's I-9 Varsity, Van, is the I-9 Varsity of Dumb Rules.
Yeah.
Connect with I-9 League Office 280 at i9sports.com, 505-312-4999. get your kids in some sports. They're doing it safe. It's a fundamentals league. Learn to play the game. Okay. You want to go first or you want me to?
I kind of did a little hybrid.
All right, you go first.
I went from laws instead of rules. Stupid laws.
Okay, so we did the same thing. Go ahead.
And okay, great.
Yep.
So for my hometown, where I graduated high school, Carlsbad, New Mexico.
Yes.
The city of Carlsbad has banned the Merriam-Webster Collegiate Dictionary.
What?
Yep. You cannot use the Merriam-Webster Collegiate Dictionary. I think them words are just too big.
It's not the Urban Dictionary.
It is not the Urban Dictionary. It is the Rural Dictionary down there. I love me some Carlsbad. Big shout out to all my friends and family in Carlsbad, but they don't want you to learn how to spell. They don't want you to learn new words, I guess. Very Handmaid's Tale down there.
In the U.S. state of Washington, it is a crime punishable by either fine or jail term to harass Bigfoot, Sasquatch, or any other undiscovered species.
Oh my God, I'm heated. I am heated. I am absolute. Who is messing with Sasquatch? Who are these psychopaths out here hurting my buddy?
That's that old beef jerky commercial, right?
Ugh.
Like leave Sasquatch alone.
Hi, this one is in the city of Albuquerque, and it goes back to tuberculosis. So it used to be very important.
Yes, I saw Tombstone.
So in the city of Albuquerque, you cannot spit on the sidewalk. It is illegal to spit on any public property, building, or sidewalk.
Wow.
That's a pretty regular one in a lot of places.
Yeah, but like there's all kinds of other liquids on the sidewalks in downtown Albuquerque, and you're worried about the third worst one.
Hand fishing without a license is illegal in Kansas State. Anyone who plans to hand fish must first obtain a hand fishing license in addition to a fishing license for an extra charge of $27.50.
First off, who fishes for hands?
They talk about noodling, son.
Fishing with your hands. You're not fishing for hands.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That makes way more sense.
So weird. You just say things weird.
Also in Albuquerque, big shout out to Burke. It's a misdemeanor to trip a horse. So don't go out there tripping horses. And I don't know the legality if you can give a horse LSD. I don't know the difference, but don't trip a horse. And it can be as much as a 4th-degree felony if the horse is injured.
Yeah, horse tipping. I know exactly what you're talking about.
It would be not cow tipping, it would be horse tripping.
Yeah.
So you cannot trip a horse in Albuquerque. Don't
In
even think about it, Vital. I see that look on your face.
In Gainesville County, Georgia, it's against the law to eat fried chicken in any other way except with your bare hands.
I've heard this one before.
Oh, come on.
That's a really good one. That's a good one.
And Michael's like this.
They don't want anybody Costanzaing their chicken with fork and knife.
Last famously enforced in 2009 when a 91-year-old visitor from Louisiana was arrested and charged with eating fried chicken with a fork. The law has been in existence since 1965, and the art of eating fried chicken with your hands is considered a quote-unquote culinary delicacy sacred to this municipality.
Or either that, or they just love Viking night every day of the week.
Okay.
I can't handle this.
All right. I need to trace my next one back.
All right.
And actually find this verbiage somewhere. In New Mexico, idiots are not allowed to vote.
Okay.
It's just idiots in quotation marks. It says idiots are not allowed to vote. Joke's on you, New Mexico. I haven't missed an election yet.
Yeah,
we all know how big of an idiot I am.
Citing forest fires, it is illegal for drivers to pump gas in the state of Oregon and New Jersey.
Okay.
I'm not joking.
I get that. That makes total sense.
Now, to be fair,
in
areas with less than 40,000 people, you can pump your own gas, but you have to have like special, like you have to take like whenever you get your driver's license, you have to learn how to do it.
Okay, that's a good skill.
Yeah, there you go.
Somebody burns down one gas station and ruins it for everyone else. Okay, I got one more.
Okay, good, because I have a trifecta from Alabama.
You got a
this.
three-parter?
Yes.
Oh my God. Is it you can't hook up at the Ancestry.com convention? Is that why? Is that what it is? Did I beat you to it?
No, that one is just a practice, not a law.
Okay. Just a rule of thumb, if you will.
Yes. Oh, which is also a dumb rule.
Yeah. You don't get to pick my switches. Hey, Fred.
Yes.
Do you like sombreros?
I do, friend.
Hey, Fred.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like dancing?
Absolutely.
You know what you can't do at the same time in New Mexico?
What is that?
Dance with a sombrero on, because it's illegal to do at the same time.
Come on.
Yeah, it is.
Is that why they always throw it on the floor first? I've seen
It's
this.
a lot. Yeah, you throw it down on the floor. You get it out of people's way. You don't want to hurt anybody. You don't want anybody tripping on it. But it is illegal in New Mexico for you to dance in a sombrero.
There you go. State of Alabama, you're prohibited to open an umbrella on a street. Dominoes may not be played on Sunday, and it's illegal to throw confetti or spray silly string.
Ever?
In the state of Alaska, flamingos are not allowed in barbershops. In Arizona, it is against the law for a business to deny a glass of water to someone.
Okay, I think
that's weird.
That's in the Geneva Convention.
In Arkansas, dogs are not allowed to bark after 6 p.m.
And where is this?
In Little Rock, Arkansas.
Okay. Sign me up.
In Burlingame, California,
They must not have chihuahuas.
Spitting is only permitted on baseball diamonds.
Smart.
In Colorado, this one's not that weird to me, though. It is illegal to collect rainwater.
That's a lot
And
of places.
also, it is illegal in Colorado because they have blue laws to sell cars on Sundays.
That one seems a little silly.
In the state of Connecticut, you cannot classify your cucumber as a pickle unless it bounces. In Devon, Connecticut, one is not allowed to walk backwards after the sunset.
I've heard of
Well,
that
that's
one.
smart. Yeah, that's just common sense right there. Don't walk backwards in the dark, you fools.
In the state of Florida, and you can only imagine, singing in public places while wearing a bathing suit is not allowed.
Okay, well, color me surprised that they even have laws there.
You must be licensed to skateboard in Florida. And this
Licensed?
I'm dead serious. These are so dumb. In Quitman, Georgia, chickens are not permitted to cross the road.
Bunch of jokesters there.
This is
In the Facebook Live chat,
yeah,
you can't try to kiss a roadrunner in New Mexico. State offense. Statewide.
Also, you can't look a gift horse in the mouth. That's a real law.
Is that a real law?
It's about checking the teeth,
I think
Van,
that's just another rule of thumb.
because you're not supposed to check the age of a gifted horse. It's just a gift.
Yeah, it's just a gift. Just
And
take
this is full
just take-
circle.
Take the horse, bro. It's a horse.
Because Genghis Khan famously repaid 10,000 horses for borrowing one Shad Khan, owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's a show for you today.
Nice callback.
Van, any final words before we go?
Oh, my goodness. You know what? We covered a lot today, but what we didn't cover, you could hear tomorrow morning on the opening drive with Jeff and JJ.
Good job, everyone. GG.
See you tomorrow, Burke.